Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. Can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Listen online, the website that rocks, KMOD.com. Past shows are available on iTunes. Search under BMMS. Listen with your cell phone. Get the iHeartRadio app, available from the App Store of your cell phone provider. More on that at iHeartRadio.com. And we're on Facebook. Facebook.com/BMMS69. That's where you can hang out with us each and every day. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning.
Last pair of tickets we're going to give away to see Bert Kreischer. Bert's going to be at the BOK Center tonight. I think it's available at BOKCenter.com. We got Taser Time trivia. We've got Willy Nilly. We've got Free Food Friday. Andolini's is stopping by. Mike is. And we're going to continue to toast to our troops. KMOD and the Big Man Morning Show want to acknowledge vets for the month of May. So on Mondays when we do Our Listeners Are Awesome, we're going to highlight a local veteran to share their story of service or their life with us. If you know a vet or you are a vet, you'd like to do that, sign up on the contest page at KMOD.com. Each vet will get a case of Shiner Bock and dinner for two at Mondo's Italian Restaurant in the heart of Brookside.
Hell yeah!
And, of course, it's Friday, which around these parts means it's Friggin' A Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? Case of Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. We'll do that coming up. So text BMMS and then what your favorite drinking song is to the phone number 82945. If we pick yours and get you on the air, you get that case of Leinenkugel Summer Shandy for Friggin' A Friday. I found the story of a guy who fell victim to a sextortion scam.
Okay.
Where this female hit him up on Instagram and was talking to him, and they would have conversations, and then they exchanged Snapchats where they continued to have conversations. And at one point, that person proposed to have a sex chat and exchange some intimate photos. And the person says immediately after submitting the photos, it hit me that I had been involved in a scam to extort me. And the person threatened to send the photos to all of my followers on Instagram. And they demanded a payment of $500. And when I was like, yeah, that ain't happening, I don't have $500, they reduced it to $300. And then they settled at $150 and said he had 5 days to pay. He then reported it to Instagram. Moved over to, he's reported it to Instagram. And the Instagram shut that account down. But on Snapchat, the person was like, hey, don't block me. Don't do any of that. I've taken screenshots of all your followers. I will send it to everybody. And he realized he didn't know what to do. Now, I don't want to sit here and go, there's no way I would fall for that.
Right.
Because you don't know the parameters you're set up with. But I can tell you I don't know how the social media game works. But is it common outside of Tinder or whatever to get hit up by a complete stranger being like, hey.
Only if it's a scam.
I would
Honestly,
think.
Yeah. I can't think of any time that, I get hit up with scams all the time on the Facebook, not like trying to hook up or anything like that, right? It's usually somebody's account that got hacked, like a friend of mine on social media who got hacked, and then they take control over it, and they start conversation, and then it's like, have you heard about the government funding or whatever? Some stupid jive. That's just one of the ones that I can remember, that I can recall.
Right.
Off the
I'm a
top of my
prince.
head.
I'm in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
something to that effect. And that's when I lay into them, and I'm like, all right, listen here, scammer. I'm sorry you got nothing better to do with your wasting, pathetic life but to sit here in your mama's basement and try to get money
Wow,
from
you do
people.
go all in.
Yeah, you
I
do.
do, man. I go off on
Wow.
these guys. I crush them hardcore. And then all of a sudden, they shut down their Facebook, and I never hear from them again.
Scared them.
Win.
I guess so.
Good job.
But I've never had anybody hit me up for the sex on
pictures.
Anything like that.
Damn
No.
it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'll listen.
Right. I'll look.
I'll listen to what you got to say.
Yeah.
All right, so
The only time.
because really, of the three of us, you're the only one that is susceptible to this type of thing because you are in the game,
Right.
I'm sorry, or even have been in the game with being on dating profiles and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So I think of the three of us, it's safe to say you are the one most likely to engage in this situation.
Right, to engage, yeah.
Yeah.
Any one of us can get hit up from anybody. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, the one that's going to be like, perk your ears up and cock your head a little bit and be like, huh? This dame wants to talk to me? And that's another one, man. Like, I know where my league is. And you get these, like, Giselle Bundchen types, looking mega hot, right? And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that you are interested in me. Come on.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on.
You have some good qualities.
I'm sure I do, but I ain't stupid either.
So what's the parameter then on like how you would engage?
What do you mean?
Like, are you gonna, what's it take for you to send a nudie?
Well, we'd have to, okay.
Right? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
person
yeah.
sends a nudie and then that nudie's held hostage to get extort money out of the individual. So
Yeah.
for me to send a nudie, I better be on the brink of death because my wife will hunt me.
Right.
So there is no way I'm doing it at all. So I'm asking you, as the one most eligible, what is the scenario that you would have to send the third arm?
Holding an apple. I would have to say
Crab apple.
Whatever.
Cranberry.
Cranberry. It would never happen without meeting up in real life.
Oh, so you wouldn't even send a nudie until you see them face to face.
Yeah. For stuff like that, man. For stuff like that. I'm not saying I've never done that before. Like so far as like meet somebody on the internet and then talk to them and never meet them. You see what I'm saying? Like I would have to meet them, talk to them, and have a few drinks, maybe a couple of dates, and then possibly you get to see my schlong, via picture text. But I'm not gonna be the guy that's like sitting here chasing that shiny bait. You know what I mean? And then just all online, and then they'd be like, "Well, send me some naked ones." I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I have not contemplated the rules of engagement. I just haven't, because anytime I did it in the past, it was not through social media.
Right.
It was a text.
Yeah, and that's how I would do it. It wouldn't go through social media. Because knowing my dumbass luck, I'd accidentally
Post
hit
it.
post, right? And I'm not going through that, no.
Which doesn't really matter now. Even if it was a text, they could still post it to social media.
Yeah, for
But-
sure.
But the recipient
Right.
is the point.
Exactly.
That sucks for that guy. That sucks for him. But at the same time, okay, you wanna leak my wang out to all my followers?
Leak
my wang out to all my followers. Have at it. It's okay.
Yeah. If he takes that stance, then if he acts like it won't bother him, maybe then they won't even go through with it.
Right, call them on their bluff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, except unless that person means it.
Right, and when they actually do, and you're like, oh no, everybody saw me naked.
Assuming that they're going to leak it, right? That their intentions are genuine if you do not pay.
Sure.
How much to stop?
Oh, okay. So how much would I pay to make sure that doesn't happen? Oh, God. It ain't going to be $500, that's for sure, or even a bill 50. I don't know, $50 maybe? 25?
25, okay.
Yeah.
$50, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
You're okay with that? Your kids' friends seeing all those? PTA,
I would.
coaches?
Right.
I got.
It's
hacked.
easy to be like, hey, ain't happening. Right? I ain't doing it. I don't care. And then there's another when it sets in, you're like, oh, the principal
Right.
the teachers,
Right.
They started giving
The pastor.
looking at you a little differently.
the youth minister, all the, you know what I mean? You
Right,
start
right.
naming all the people you associate with
Yeah.
Sure.
online.
But the thing is, I mean, who's to say that those people didn't already imagine him naked anyway?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Sometimes
it's like,
even bad
whatever.
publicity is good publicity.
Right. I have seen myself naked. Don't nobody want to see any of this. I got a fat ass gut and no ass at all. Come on. Hey, you want
It's called a carport.
You want to see that? If you want a good laugh, have at it.
Right.
Have at it.
I mean, I think publicly I would share the same sentiment. Right? Publicly, I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. I'm naked, so what?
Right.
But then privately, or when my kid's embarrassed, right, that part would be a little uncomfortable. Like, Or the next time I got to go in and talk to the teacher or the principal or ask when my kid doesn't have playing time, whatever.
Right.
Shame, people like to say they don't want shame, but it is an impossible feeling to avoid.
Oh, absolutely. But if you own it, it's not that bad. You know, if the teacher saw you naked, your naked pics, principals, preachers, all these people that you're listing out, you know, you just be like, yeah, did you like it? You know, own it, and it takes away the power
Then
of the
you
shame.
get cocky about it?
Yeah, it takes
Did you
away-
like it? Was that good for you?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah, you take away the power of the shame, you know, and then you ain't got nothing to worry about. I think, anyway.
Yeah. Gimping ain't easy.
It ain't. It sure ain't. Hashtag and make a trend.
Text coming in, they're not going to leak it. The scammers want the money, not the trouble.
Right.
Another thought, what if you're friends with your kids on social media? What if you are friends with your kids on social media? That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Okay. Every kid's seen their parent naked at least once.
That's true too.
Maybe as a young kid.
So either way, yeah.
Maybe as a young kid. I think there's an age where that stops.
Yeah.
Or when you're taking a shower and your kid's like, "Hey, mom," I'm like, "Stay out. I'm in the shower." Oh God, sorry. Yeah. That happens a lot.
That happened to me. I just told them to get bent. Nothing ever happened. Yeah, I mean, it's social media, so a lot, if not all, people are all talk.
Yeah.
They just like to. It's like being in their car. They like to run their mouths.
Yeah, they just want to see what they can get away with.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think I would pay any money. Like, well, things happen. Here we go.
Right.
Exactly.
Life
And-
comes at you fast, man.
Yeah, you just got to ride that donkey out, and eventually the dust will settle and everything will go back to normal. It's like that time that I gave my phone number out on the air, right? Oh, my God, you gave your phone number? That's terrible. It got blown up for like maybe half a day, and then after that, nothing for like maybe 6 months. Somebody was listening to the podcast and then texted me to be like, was this real? Yeah, it was really real, man. I really did it. But it's okay. And I find that with anything in life. Just give it some time.
100%.
Everything will calm down, and you can go back to a normal life. In the moment, it sucks. In the wake afterwards for maybe a day or two or three, sometimes maybe even a week, it sucks. But eventually, people forget. They go on to the next shiny object.
Right? No, you and I have talked about that off air. All right is one of the best phrases ever. Like, oh, it'll be all right. Everything's all right.
All right, all
Yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah, it doesn't feel that way.
No.
In the beginning, it feels like you're getting kicked in the nuts.
No,
Right.
It sucks. But,
I know people that have gone to prison.
right?
They're fine now,
It is what it is. It's all right.
right? You lose your job. It works out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not always a giant kick in the balls. It is in the beginning.
Yeah. But, again, what are you going to do? I mean, and what is there to worry about anyway? I guess you said it, the shame.
Shame is a hard feeling to deal
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
right? And even if you are bombastic about not feeling shame, you still feel it. You just compartmentalize and stuff it down,
Yes.
right?
Push it
Drink,
down with some
Yeah.
brown.
take drugs. You do something, buy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do have unfiltered sex. Like, you do something to deal with that discomfort.
Yeah.
Somebody texted in and said, Gimpy, we've all seen your ass. Straight up dump truck ass.
I don't know about all that, but whatever.
Well,
I got the Hank Hill of ass. Come on now.
what is the Hank Hill of ass?
Hank Hill ain't got no ass, man. It's a back with crack. That's all he got.
It's got the tops of his legs. Okay.
Friggin' Friday, what's your favorite drinking song? Case of Kugel's Summer Shandy, Bmms, and what that is to 82945. We're going to give away some beer coming up.
The big
Get off of Cinnamon's lap, Gimpy. Come on.
She likes me, man.
Right.
It told
We're
me.
trying to pay each other's electric bills. Come on.
Predictions that were made in 1923 of what it would be like in 2023, which is,
That's
for
cool.
those that don't know, you're 4 days into it. 1, the workday will be only 4 hours long.
Ha.
Check.
Yeah, right. We got that one, don't we?
It says that because of electricity, work will only be 4 hours long. That's what they said in 1823. Women will blacken their teeth and shave their heads.
Well, I mean, there's some
wrong.
weirdos out there that would do that.
No.
You don't think?
No, there's no one There may be 2,
That doesn't matter.
but it's not a thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It's now predicted that by the year 2023, only a mere little stretch of century ahead, women will probably be shaving their heads, and the men will be wearing curls. Those 2 things are true. Also, the maidens may pronounce it the height of style in personal pimping to blacken their teeth.
That's interesting.
Nope.
They had it wrong. Whiten their teeth, yes.
Whiten.
Yeah, right.
Whiten their
Yeah.
teeth,
You're
yeah.
right.
Radio, yes, hi, will replace gasoline.
What?
Okay.
An expert in airlines and airplanes gives, he predicts that by the year 2023, gasoline as a motive power will have been replaced by radio,
Okay.
and the skies will be filled with a myriad aft going over well-verified routes. So he's not wrong, by the way. This is actually happening and true. The belief, we just didn't understand then how radio waves would affect airplanes.
Right.
Now we know that not to be a problem unless it's your cell phone.
Turn it off.
All people will be beautiful by 2023. I present at least 2 cases, Your Honor.
Be nice to Lindsay.
Life expectancy will be 100 years.
What? People are dying earlier and earlier, man.
No, they're
No.
not.
Cut that in half.
No. Life expectancy will be 300 years.
Oh,
my
Jesus.
gosh.
People will wear kidney cozies.
A kidney
What
cozy.
the hell?
Yes, kidney cozies will be worn to protect the kidneys on chilly days, just the same as a teapot in the north is kept warm by a tea cozy.
Okay. Do your kidneys get colder than the rest of your body?
No, but again, when they were doing medicine, one, there weren't doctors like what we know doctors to be now. People would just be like, I'm a doctor.
Right.
Right? And they used to drill holes in women's heads to
Right.
let out demons. And they thought washing your hands meant you weren't a good doctor.
Right.
The idea was that the blood-stained hands would prove you knew how to do the work.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
So men will curl their hair. Yeah, that's been happening for a while.
Yeah.
The old man perm.
The U.S. will have a population of 300 million.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think we surpassed that one.
Yeah. Now I have 8 billion.
Fornicating is fun.
It's in 2021, it was 331 million. So it's not a giant. It's not that far off. Canada will have a population of 100 million.
Okay. I don't know what the population of Canada is, but I'm sure it's more than that. More than
38.2 million.
100. Yeah.
Utensils will be made of pulp.
Pulp. Okay.
Utensils and dwellings will be manufactured largely of pulp and cements so as to utilize vegetation and stone in every stage of decay, ordinary waste, or unfitness. I mean, it's not wrong, right? Like MDF is a real product.
Uh-huh.
And that's pulp, essentially, right?
Yeah. 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 I just don't know if I want to live in a house that's made of pulp and cements.
Flights from Chicago to Hamburg will only take 18 hours.
I've never flown from Chicago to Hamburg, so I do not know.
I think it's like 8 or 10, maybe.
Okay.
Newspapers will have been out of business for 50 years.
Wow. I mean,
They weren't they didn't get the. I mean,
They're half right.
Yeah.
Private kitchens will disappear.
Private kitchens.
Yeah, they're citing articles, by the way. I'm reading from an article.
Okay.
The private kitchen will disappear. Tomorrow's food will be seasoned and prepared by chemical formulas.
Hello, Fresh.
Which will preserve the freshness of fruits and meats, rid them of indigestible qualities, and send them to the table ready to use. Instead of sauces that merely cozen the palate, we shall have delectable blends of concentrated vitamins, calories, ferments, and tissue tonics.
Ew.
I mean, we have all that now, right?
Yeah, we do.
Look at like Frank's.
Yeah.
It is a tissue tonic,
Okay.
if you will. The tissue of your tongue.
Got it. Okay.
Cancer will be eradicated.
I wish.
Cancer, tuberculosis, infantile paralysis, locomotor ataxia, and leprosy will be eradicated.
I don't think any of those are eradicated at all whatsoever.
I mean, we pretty much handled tuberculosis pretty
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I'm sure we got a good
And
handle on
leprosy.
leprosy.
I think leprosy's, got
Yeah.
You know, but there's still places in the world. When you say eradicated, I'm thinking it's like gone completely from the world, nowhere around it all whatsoever. Now, I'm sure there's third world countries where TB's still a thing, where leprosy's still a thing.
War will be wireless, and we might have telepathy or telepathy.
I like telepathic idea, but I mean, wireless, think about it.
War is
Cyber
wireless.
It is
yeah.
wireless, yeah.
People will communicate using watch-size radio telephones.
Wow.
Watched size radio
I can answer the phone on my watch.
Yes,
I can
you
answer the
can.
phone on mine.
How fun are those, huh?
Yeah.
So they weren't too far off. Now, here's the problem with a thread like this.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the ones that were way off,
Right, of course.
right?
Of course. But they don't want those. Those aren't as interesting.
And they're only showing by 2023. I can't cite what year that came out of.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just whatever the thread. Again, anything on the internet, man, you might as well just go with not true.
Right.
You're like, that might be true. Probably not. Might be. Right? I was in a little Twitter conversation with somebody about the Twitter files. And yeah, there's definitely some corruption being illustrated in those files. But one, Elon Musk picked which articles to release. Two, picked the reporters to have go through them and release them. And he's hardly the most honest individual. And corruption, being in corporate America, is hardly a gotcha moment.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Rugby player loses his favorite testicle in freak accident. Jack Johnson is the guy's name.
Making banana pancakes.
Not to be confused.
We're giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. We'll do that coming up. We want to know, what's your favorite drinking song? Bmms and what that is to 82945. Bmms and what that is to 82945. We'll give away some beer coming up for Friggin' A Friday. Right now, it's time for News Quickies, and on Fridays, we do just the headlines.
It's time for News Quickies, world news, local news, and news that just makes you say, what the Now here's Corbin, Gimpy, and Lindsay with what's going on. News Quickies from the Big Man Morning Show at 97.5 KMOD.
New iPhone update is resurrecting people's deleted nudes.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you delete something off your phone, it sits in a deleted folder for like 30 days.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you go through and empty that one out.
Right.
Right. You're real diligent.
Yeah, right. Guy eats 108 shrimp at Red Lobster's Endless Shrimp Special. It seems like a lot of shrimp, but I feel like it's achievable.
Could you eat 100?
I feel I could.
What was the number?
108. Here's the deal, though, man. Are they like the small
Babies, like
baby
popcorn.
shrimp, right? Or are they like prawns or something like that?
I don't like the baby shrimp. I like the big old
Yeah, you do.
big shrimp. But if it's cooked, I probably couldn't eat 108. But if it's like shrimp cocktail,
Well, shrimp cocktail's cooked.
right. But I like the cold. That's what I mean. The difference. I could
Right,
probably
not
do
warm.
that.
Mhm,
Right. Mm-hmm.
Man trips over pet cat, suffers car crash-like injuries.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because they're aliens.
Oh, woman who breastfed her husband wants fourth child so she can do it again.
I mean, if she breastfed her husband, how is that doing it again?
Right. That doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just continue breastfeeding him? Weird.
Or
by the
a
way.
child. I mean, why? Yeah, you could just keep feeding him.
Yeah.
Weird.
She just wants another
Maybe she's
kid.
all dried up.
Breast milk is not that good.
It's not.
It's gross.
It's not. Cop fired for working drunk opens a brewery. Yeah, turning lemonade out of lemons.
Hey, you just work with what you got.
Right.
Judge rules tacos, burritos are sandwiches.
I saw that. They're Mexican sandwiches. And the fact that they had to take it to court to settle that, I think,
Yeah.
is bizarre.
Well, first of all, they're not sandwiches. A torta is a Mexican sandwich.
All right. But the judge says it's got a legal ruling behind it. So it is now. Whether we like it or not, there's a legal ruling behind it.
What's he say about a hot dog then? Cops pull over drunk driver to find fake ID stating he's 8 feet tall.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, really? Like, if you're going to have a fake ID, make it somewhat real.
Right. It's got to look close.
It says that you're 8 foot tall. You look about maybe 5'6" to me. Did you shrink? What the hell, man?
Did you read the actual story?
Yeah, I did. Australian woman shocked as Uber driver masturbates during traffic.
Hey, everybody's got that thing that turns them on. Woman hit with charges after a restaurant posts her credit card online.
That's insane. She simply went to this cafe that she normally goes to all the time, and then she forgot her credit card behind. And then she gets home, she's like, "Oh, holy cow! I left my credit card behind," and goes back to the restaurant. Well, they thought they were just doing a nice thing. Hey, if you see, Rebecca or whatever the hell her name is, have her come get her stuff. But they posted all the info.
Right, they didn't cover it up with their finger.
None of
Wow.
it. And at that time, by the time she got back from her house back to the restaurant, somebody had already racked up $2,000 worth of charges on her credit card. And she's still fighting with the bank to get that situated.
Okay, so not that you would, but for the conversation.
Yeah.
You get access to someone's credit card. What's the first thing you're buying? Lindsay.
A new sofa. A new couch. in my living
Okay. Gimpy.
Wow, that was a big ticket item there, huh?
Yeah, you went all in.
room. Go big or
yeah.
go home, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like a video game or something like that, It's only like $70, something like that.
Yeah.
But she's going straight for $1,000 couch.
Whatever's in my Amazon cart.
Right?
Right.
Just clean it out.
Oh, me. Baby monitor catches tree crashing onto crib.
I saw the pictures. I saw it hooked on the TV, but I didn't see it on picture-wise, I didn't understand.
Yeah, I didn't get it either. But apparently it saved that baby's life. Whatever. Science has developed a gel that will sober you up in record time.
It's cool.
Teacher accused of having sex with 2 students says she ruined her dream job with stupid mistakes.
Gee, you think?
Hindsight's an amazing characteristic.
Video of man caught with his pants down, literally shoving gas pump nozzle up his bum
What?
while pleasuring
What?
himself goes viral.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's try it again. I just want to hear the whole
It's a
headline.
lot.
I just want to hear the whole headline incomplete.
Video of man caught with his pants down, literally shoving gas pump nozzle up his bum while pleasuring himself goes viral.
That's the whole headline?
Yep.
That's a really long, in detail headline.
Yep.
Huh.
There is so much going on there. Who looks at a gas nozzle and says, "Yep, that'll work"?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I get like maybe a shampoo bottle or whatever, but you got to go down to the Shell station. You got to pick up the handle. Burglar found leaving Cajun seasoning footprints and track. How am I going to follow that?
I know, right? Exactly. Oh.
DEA tells Congress that getting illegal drugs in the U.S. is as easy as calling Uber Eats.
Whatever.
I maybe if you're trying to get weed, but I don't think you can get cocaine that easy. You're the expert in the room. Speak up.
I mean, if you know a guy, you know a guy, That's all that there is to it, and that goes with anything.
Yeah, but even then, he's got to have some.
Yeah.
So it's not as easy. You call Uber Eats, it happens.
Right. And if he's got it, then boom, it happens.
A world's hottest lawyer teases sexy snaps as she lands another Playboy cover.
All right.
She's not that hot.
Really?
Sure, she's got a man face.
Oh, damn it.
She looks like she's ready to, she's the nickelback, but then also can play inside linebacker if you need her to. And if we need help with a fullback, she's there for you.
Lots of plastic.
And she's got an hourglass figure, right? She wears skimpy clothes. She's got overindulged breasts. But it looks like she's either had all of her makeup permanently inked on her face, or she is on break from clown school.
Oh, God, damn.
I'll be the judge of that. Ooh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, she's got a great body. And I guess her face ain't that bad, but, I mean, all right, good for her. Good for her.
If some of you got, what's that thing you like to cook on, Gimpy?
The Blackstone?
Yeah, she's got a Blackstone face. It's this big, flat stone, Mr. Munster face.
I still hit it, though. Woman claims...
That's a giant threshold.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Woman claims it's been 16 years since she's had anything to eat or drink.
No.
Yeah, BS on this one. You got to have something, water.
It's like those people that say they get up early and then they move to the couch and fall asleep back on the couch for another 4 hours. New York City mayor proposes immigrants as solutions to lifeguard shortage because they are excellent swimmers. All these stories are on our Facebook page at facebook.com/BMMS69. What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. We'll give away some beer. So get your text to us, BMMS, and what's your favorite drinking song to 82945. A case of Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy. We'll give that away coming up.
You're listening to the Big Mad Morning Show. This is Tulsa's
National route. Or so they'd like you to think.
Is that common for parts of planes to just fall off like that? I've seen other stories where, like, the landing gear fell off and, ended up going through somebody's roof or something. But I feel like that's just every now and again.
This says things fall off aircraft every day. The Navy recorded an average of 460 incidents per year in the 80s. In the commercial world, Boeing received 200 reports of structural parts falling off its planes between 1989 and 1984, so a 5-year period.
Okay, so in the 80s, it seemed different because in the 80s there were a lot of plane crashes. Pan Am being one of the airlines that seemed like they had a bunch of crashes, which I didn't think was right, but I mean, whatever.
I think that the number of plane crashes every year isn't a lot.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but hold on, I'm getting to the 80s. We'll just go 86.
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, God. We're at a baker's dozen.
Yeah, but do you know how many flights there are a day?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot.
Thousands.
It's okay. So 13 out of 1,000, but still, man.
In a year.
Okay.
So times that by 365. That's not very many, bro.
I guess. It just seemed like
it's literally the safest way to travel.
Says you. As
not me.
Parts are just
data.
Falling off.
Data. Facts.
How many times you be driving down the road and something just fall off of your car?
Yeah.
It's only happened to me once.
Yeah. And then it's usually later, like, where's my?
Right. I was driving. It was a 1980 280Z, okay? And rusted floorboards. It was a turd. I paid $700. We pulled it out of a field, right? Well, I'm in Owasso at 86th Street, right there by the highway. Okay, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I was going eastbound towards, the Reesers or whatever. And I was at the stoplight, and I went to take off, and the car lifts up, whoop, and then, boom, slams on the ground. My entire, the strut tower, the whole shebang just came right off and left me on the ground. I was like, well, that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, I got it towed out of there and got it fixed. But I'm just saying, it doesn't happen to cars all the time. Seems like it happens to planes a lot. I call this day spa or dispensary, okay? So basically, I've got some businesses. These are legit businesses in Tulsa,
Oh, fun.
It's either a day spa or a dispensary.
Okay.
Now, based off the name, you're going to chime in with and that's how you're going to buzz in. Corbin or Lindsay.
Okay.
Got
You
it.
get one shot and one shot only because this is a 50-50 chance. There's no point in, hey, would you like to guess, Lindsay? He said it's a dispensary. No, it's a day. So you only get one shot.
Okay.
Whoever wins at the end, I got a big prize for you. Okay?
Like a little nug, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Maybe.
God knows you
Trip to a
have
day
plenty.
spa?
Right. So, day spa or dispensary, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, we're going to take it up from the top here. Euphoria. Corbin, yes.
That's a spa.
Euphoria is a dispensary. No points for anybody on that one. All right, Nirvana, day spa
Corbin.
or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct.
Come on, Lindsay.
You got to get in the game, woman. Get in the game. All right, Omni Oasis, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Day spa.
Day spa is correct. So far, we're tied 1-1. La Fusion, day spa or dispensary? La Fusion.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. La Fusion is a day spa. Poppies, day
Corbin.
spa or dispensary? Corbin,
That
yes.
is a day spa.
Yes, you are correct. Poppies is a day spa. 2-1 so far. Corbin's lead. OHG, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Tied
What'd
up.
you say?
OHG. That's all it is. These are all the ones. I just found them on Google.
Sure.
I just simply Googled day spa and then Googled dispensaries and then found a bunch of them that
Sure.
are really close.
I just
It
couldn't
could be
hear. I didn't hear
confused.
you
Yeah.
because you were going so fast. I didn't hear you. I
OHG.
didn't know it was
I
letters.
wonder what that stands for.
I have no idea. Nonetheless, moving forward, 918 Elevate, day spa or dispensary? 918 Elevate.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
Dispensary.
That is correct. Corbin's in the lead, 3-2. One Love Wellness, day spa.
Corbin.
You got to pick it up, Lindsay. Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, One Love Wellness is indeed a
Wow.
dispensary. Yes. Corbin killing it right now. Lotus Blossom,
Corbin.
day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
You are wrong, my friend.
You
Lotus-
might need to.
Lotus
Okay.
Blossom is a day spa. Go ahead, Google
I
it.
know there's a dispensary called Lotus.
There's one called Lotus Gold, not Lotus Blossom. See, and that's the fun part about this game because they can be
semantics,
they're
sure.
so close. All right, Indigo, day spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
That is a dispensary.
Indigo, Lindsay is a day spa. So far, it's 4-2, Corbin's lead. Hand and Stone, day spa or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
All right, Lindsay, you are correct on a comeback.
I've been there.
It's a 50-50 guess.
Right, of course. All right, Rosebuds, day spa or dispensary?
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
I'm going to go dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct. Rosebuds is a dispensary, tied up 4-4. Jade Wellness Center, day spa
Corbin.
or
Lindsay.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a wellness. Or that is a day spa.
Corbin. Jade Wellness Center is a dispensary. Still tied 4-4. Deluxe, day spa or
Corbin.
dispensary? Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin, you are incorrect. Deluxe is a dispensary. Nature's Kiss.
I think that's both, actually.
Who knows? This is just the
Yeah,
information that
who
was
cares if
given.
it's accurate?
Yeah. All right, Nature's Kiss, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct, my friend. Corbin just made 5-4. Aqua Viva Oasis, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Spa.
Lindsay is correct. All right, so we're tied up 5-5. Fig Medical, day spa or dispensary? Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin, that is incorrect. Fig Medical is a day spa.
I was thinking because like sweet,
Yeah.
right? And
Makes-
like sometimes you know it smells like
You're
a fig.
thinking medical marijuana.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
All right. Whew. All right. Remember, this is for a big prize at the end of the
Sure.
at the end of the game here.
Sure.
You are going to love the prize that I have
Leftovers.
chosen for you.
Leftovers.
Right, it's a
Okay.
roach.
Right. Right.
Bong
and
water.
not the one you smoke.
It's the crumbs.
Laura Apothecary, day
Lindsay.
spa or dispensary? Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay is incorrect. The
Yeah, it's a
Laura
spa.
Apothecary is a day spa. Lucky Garden, day spa or dispensary?
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That's a dispensary.
Lucky Garden, Corbin is a day spa. So far, we got 6 to Corbin and 5 to Lindsay. The Health Center, Day Spa or
Oh,
Dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin, yes.
That is a dispensary.
That is correct. You sound like you've been there before.
To me, the name was just so obvious. There's no way you're going to call an actual spa that.
Right, the Health Center. Supreme Heights, Day Spa or
Corbin.
Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin would be correct. All right, so we're looking at 8-5, Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, we're down in the home stretch of this thing. All right. The Enchanted Cottage, Day
Corbin.
Spa or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
Corbin is incorrect. That is a day spa.
Why are people calling here asking if we have weed?
Got any specials on an ounce, man?
It's called Enchanted.
Wildflower, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a dispensary.
That is incorrect, Corbin. Wildflower is a day spa. All right, Clover Patch, Tulsa, Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Dispensary.
Lindsay would be correct.
What's the score?
6-8, Corbin's
Okay.
lead. All right, The Merry Mind, Day Spa or
Lindsay.
Dispensary. Lindsay.
Spa?
Lindsay. The Merry Mind is a dispensary. All right, The Relax Station, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
That is correct. Corbin is up 9-6. Path to Wellness, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Dispensary?
Lindsay, Path to Wellness is a day
I'm
spa.
sorry. I thought you said packed.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
wellness.
problem?
Yeah, I thought it said packed.
Sure, yes. Let me enunciate a little bit more, shall we? All right, let's see here. Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary. Heirloom, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin.
That's a dispensary.
Corbin, Heirloom is a day spa. You're still in the lead, 9-6. He's okay. Tulsa Garden, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay. Day
Spa.
Spa or Dispensary. The Tulsa Garden is a day spa. Good job, Lindsay.
Score.
We're looking at 9-7, Corbin's lead. Bella Roma Medical, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin.
Dispensary.
Corbin, Bella Roma Medical is a day spa. Stonebrook, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Lindsay.
Lindsay.
Spa.
Yes, you are correct, Lindsay. We are now 9-8, neck and neck. Who is going to win, Day Spa or Dispensary, and walk away with a big, big prize? Stone Age Meds, Day Spa
Corbin.
or Dispensary. Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. The Stone Age Meds is a dispensary. Uptown Wellness, Day Spa or Dispensary.
Corbin.
Corbin.
That is a spa.
Corbin. Uptown Wellness is a...
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. It's Friday. That means we give away beer. Friggin' A Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy could be yours. BMMS. And whatever that is to 82945. And Steven is on the line. Hey, Steven, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
Good, man. Steven, what is your favorite drinking song?
Oh, I love that Red Solo Cup by Toby Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Already this morning, this is the most texted in song.
Yeah.
Are you normally a Toby Keith fan?
You know, not really, but I listen to him on occasion. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we have something to fill your solo cup with. Gimpy, tell him exactly what he's going to get.
You know, just for loving such an awesome drinking song, we're going to hook you up with this case of Line and Google Summer Shandy so you can drink and enjoy it some more. Back to you, Corbin.
Hang on the line, friend. Gimpy needs to make sure he's got the right info and have a fantastic weekend.
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Let's see what Lindsay has for Balls to the Wall Sports.
The defending champion Denver Nuggets are on the brink of elimination following a 115-70 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 6 of the Western Conference semifinals. Anthony Edwards paced Minnesota with 27 points to help force a pivotal Game 7 on Sunday in Denver. The action continues tonight when the New York Knicks aim to lock up a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. The Knicks will visit the Indiana Pacers in Game 6 of their conference semifinal series at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. New York leads the series 3-2. Game time is 7:30 tonight on ESPN. The Boston Celtics remain the only team to have clinched a spot in the conference finals. One game tomorrow night is at 7 p.m. Oklahoma City Thunder at Dallas Mavericks on ESPN. And let's see, that's Game 6. Dallas leads that series 3-2. The Jets will be featured heavily on primetime. NFL Vice President of Broadcast Planning Mike North said the league is hoping to take advantage of Aaron Rodgers having missed the majority of last season with a torn Achilles. The Jets have 6 night games in the first 11 weeks, the most for any team since the 1970 merger. New York opens the season at the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football. Gang Green will also host the Bills on Monday Night Football, host the Patriots and Texans on Thursday Night Football, visit the Steelers, and host the Colts on Sunday Night Football.
What are we doing?
There's a lot going on.
What? I get the NFL wants to pick games that are high profile because people want to tune in to see Aaron Rodgers play. Also,
Or not play.
right.
Yeah.
Because injuries happen. And sorry, Jets fan, but the 70s are over.
Right.
There is a lot has to happen for them to be viable. And I don't know why they don't have a flex game for Monday Night Football games. So like, hey, it's the Jets, but we can also pivot if we need to. So we're not stuck watching the Jets in so much prime time like we did last season.
Right.
Yeah.
Just sit there getting stomped.
Or do they just have the attitude of like, well, if it falls apart, it falls apart.
That's probably what it is. At least we got some viewers. Whatever. How about they're playing the Niners, so I'd be happy.
Yeah, I mean, when they play your team, you're psyched.
Absolutely.
Right. I could sit there and watch them crush them.
Maybe.
It's not like he's Caitlin Clark. Is he really drawing that much of a
Absolutely.
audience right now?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, because he only played 40-something
That's-
seconds
I mean,
of the
that is
last
true.
round, so they want to see what he can do. Is he going to make it
If he's
past
gonna-
45
right.
seconds?
He's easily one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game and arguably the best quarterback right now. And there's a lot of people that don't like him. So they want to watch him get smeared.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's way bigger than Caitlin Clark.
The Vikings' current defensive coordinator is joining the NFL's Coach Accelerator program. Brian Flores will take part in the league's 5th installment of the program. The event's going to take place in Nashville next week and is designed to help strengthen the pipeline of diverse candidates for coaching and front office positions around the league. Flores filed a lawsuit against the NFL and several teams back in 2022, alleging racial discrimination in hiring practices after he failed to land a head coaching job. And a star player on the 76ers is taking home an honorable award. The NBA announced on Thursday that Tyrese Maxey has won the Sportsmanship Award this season. The 23-year-old received 91 first-place votes and beat out 29 other nominees selected by their teams. Heat forward Kevin Love and Cavaliers center Jared Allen finished second and third in the voting. Maxey adds the Joe DeMars Trophy to his Most Improved Player award he earned last month. He averaged nearly 26 points and more than 6 assists per game. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by the award-winning service of Groundworks Tulsa.
You can't go with most popular. You have to have which sandwich shop has the most locations.
Largest sandwich chain in the U.S. Oh, here we go. Fun. This is as of 2020, so it's a couple of years old. But it says largest sandwich chain, so does that quantify
I think so, yeah.
as it could be?
Sure.
Okay. Continue to the site. Subway comes in at number 6.
Oh.
It has their rankings on
What's
here.
number one?
I got to scroll down. It doesn't have the number 1 listed on the quick list.
Well, what's number 5?
Listen, here's how it goes. 6, 18, 34, 46, 58, 63, 69, 89, 99, 100. There's nothing really. It says rank in there.
Okay. So, all right. So the list you're looking at, those are sandwich ones on the list. So the number 1 sandwich shop is Subway, but it comes on number 6 of all, like, probably fast food.
Probably so. U.S. sales and U.S. units. Subway did 10,000. This is the 2019 numbers. Did $10,000 in 2019 with 23,801 units. So is that sandwiches sold?
Or locations.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is when you go. There's been many times I haven't said light mustard or whatever, but sometimes I get more and sometimes I get less. There's no consistency with the.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of that's on the sandwich maker, sandwich artist, whatever you want.
I am confident that after her 2 weeks of working there, she had diligent training.
She sat back there and watched the videos, man, before she started the job.
There's no video.
There's no orientation videos.
Watch Spider. Make sure you powder your balls. We're changing. It's not patio parties. It's now powder your balls parties.
I like that. Are you going to bring the powder? Are you going to be doing the powdering? Who's powdering?
Every patio party
Powder
since the
before you
age of
come.
time.
Right.
Every single one.
Powder them up.
Absolutely.
Do you just like put a pile on like the counter and just kind of dip like you would your donuts and your coffee?
No.
Or?
So what I do is I put it in my hand, right? And then I waddle into the carpeted area in the closet, right?
Okay.
And then I have to it's kind of like a squat.
Okay.
And then I do the sides.
Okay.
And then I go underneath.
Okay. No padding at all whatsoever. Just kind of.
No padding.
Okay.
It's not padding. It's not playtime.
Well, what you do in your carpeted part of your closet is your business.
And then whatever's left
Is it a
goes in
rub?
my armpits.
Okay. Makes sense.
If it's not a pad, is it a rub down?
That's what I said. I said rub. Yeah, on
Right,
each side.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. What are you, a patter?
I'm not a patter. I'm not even a powder.
Dude.
I'm a sprayer.
Dude.
I'm a sprayer. I got the talc spray, man.
No. Dude, going with powder is a game changer.
You say that now, but on a steamy, balmy day like it has been, you get that cold spray on your boys.
That's temporary relief.
Yeah.
I'm talking long lasting.
Yeah, but I mean, it has the powder in it, and it does last a while. But that initial shock of the freezing cold air blasting in my balls feels great. Don't knock it till you try
Well, what is
it.
the movement is what I'm worried about.
What, you think it's going to blast them off like
It
like
could
a sand
Yes,
blaster?
I know. I don't want a cold burn. Airport runway worker killed after being sucked into the airplane engine.
Yikes.
Federal officials are investigating the weekend death of a grounds worker at the Alabama airport. NTSB said the worker at Montgomery Regional Airport was killed after he was sucked into the engine of an airplane. It happened Saturday afternoon, according to the NTSB. The American Airlines plane had just arrived from DFW when a ground support personnel was ingested into the engine. The unidentified worker was employed by Piedmont Airlines, which is a subsidiary of American Airlines. So, if you look at an engine, when it's not moving, it's got the little curly Q. That is on there to know if the plane engine is on.
Well, that makes perfectly good sense. I guess it didn't work for this guy, though.
He may not have been present that day or skipped that part of the training
Right.
process.
I wonder what that is.
Dude, I don't even think you probably have time
No, you don't feel anything.
to. And does it? So when I was in high school, we had a family friend that owned a chicken farm, and during chicken harvest season, we would go and he'd pay us, and you make good money, right?
Yeah.
And you load up just the females, you don't load up the males, but you have to kill the males, and you're supposed to pop their necks and throw them in one of the cages, and then they get collected later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, makes no sense. I'm sorry, cancel me. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the way it worked. Some of us, not me, would throw the chicken into the industrial fan. That chicken into the industrial fan, which are those big. Boom, 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 boom.
No, not me.
Have you seen my throws?
I would never do. Listen, Pepsi bowling champ of the 8th
That's
grade.
not throwing.
You got to throw a ball.
It's rolling.
Whatever. You rolled that rooster on into the fan.
And it kind of the point being is it would stall the fan wouldn't just keep running.
Right.
Right? Like it kind of would.
Yeah, bog
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that happening with an airplane engine?
You would think.
You would think. But if that's the case, if something that ends up getting sucked into the engine is automatically going to shut the engine off, that would not be a good idea for a plane. Because ducks, geese, birds, Superman, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the movie where they landed the plane in the Hudson, that's what that was about.
Yeah. So if it was going to, shut off anytime something flew into the engine, well, they wouldn't be on the ground or they wouldn't be in the air.
And what type of plane are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
A big one, a small one.
If it's a regional airport,
seater?
it's hard. No, it ain't a big one. But anyway, crazy. Got to take a break. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. That was 30 years ago.
Did you get any of the guts on you?
What is it?
No,
are you
it
looking
projects
at
out.
a statute of limitations here to see if it's okay?
Totally.
Let you throw
I
your
didn't say okay.
cocks in the fan? Come on. Texas woman attacked by snake and a hawk. There's this gal. She lives just outside of Beaumont. Her name's Peggy Jones. And Peggy's out there mowing her lawn last week on her rider, just minding her own business. And out of nowhere, the snake falls from the sky, lands on her, and then wraps itself around her arm, right? Ooh. So here's Peggy mowing her lawn on a hot Texas day with the snake around her arm. She's flailing it all over the place, trying to shake the snake off of her arm. Okay, that sucks. But then out of nowhere comes this hawk and swoops down on her and starts attacking the snake, trying to get the snake, right? So she says the snake swooped down on her like 4 times. Eventually, it ran off with the snake. It got the snake off of her arm and then flew off with its dinner. She said there was blood everywhere. She thought that she had been bitten. Her husband heard the commotion, comes out. Peggy, what the hell's going on? She told him what happened. He takes her to the ER. They treat her for the scratches and the bruises. Come to find out she wasn't bitten, but she did get close because she found some venom on the lens of her glasses.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Peggy's fine. She was treated. She went back to the house, and she considers herself to be the luckiest person alive to have survived such an attack. Not the first time Peggy was bitten by a venomous snake, though. She says she was bitten a few years back as well.
But I bet it's the last time she mows the lawn instead of her husband doing it.
Or she doesn't have a husband because he died suddenly.
Before the next lawn mowing?
Yeah,
damn.
Right. Crazy things happen.
Right.
Some women like mowing the lawn.
Yeah, I know. I enjoy it too. But, man, if that happened to me, I'd be like, this is why you're supposed to be doing this, not me.
So put me in danger.
Right.
Yes.
She did say that her old man, when they got back to the house, she got back on the tractor, but he stayed close and kept an eye on the
Because what's he going to do?
Right.
Duck!
Right. Stop. You see something flying, you just bat it out of the way.
No.
Wild brawl breaks out on dock among dozens of people. This happened out in Alabama on Saturday among dozens of...
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text Bmms and then what you want to say to 82945. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. KMOD presents Corn on Wednesday, October 23rd at the BOK Center. Tickets are on sale, but you don't have to buy them. You could enter for free to win them at the website that rocks. Sign up at KMOD.com to see Corn October 23rd. Good luck.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Well, good morning. If you're a veteran, we'd like to get you hooked up with a case of Shiner Bock and dinner for 2 at Mondo's Italian Restaurant in the heart of Brookside, simply for sharing the story of your service as we toast our troops. You can sign up at the website that rocks, KMOD.com, right there on the contest page. If you're not a vet, but you know a vet and think they deserve this for that vet, well, you can do the same thing right there, KMOD.com.
All right, we're giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. BMMS and what that is to 82945. We'll be giving away some beer coming up. Lindsay, what is your favorite drinking song?
Well, there's a lot of good ones that really, some good party songs that when they come on, I know I'm going to get wasted. But there's one song in particular that anytime I hear it, it always puts me in the mood to drink. And that is Rupert Holmes' Escape, the Pina Colada song.
Do you have it?
When I hear that song, it is in the system. for sure. I didn't
Okay, just go ahead. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
When I do hear that song, it doesn't necessarily make me want to have a pina colada. Just makes me want to have any drink, really. It's a relaxing song. I'll hear it and want to just relax and drink and have many and have a good time. It's just a feel good. Let's have some cocktails and drink.
It's a song about a couple who's fallen out of love and decide to step out on each other and end up, putting personal ads in and then wind up going and meeting up and they're like, oh, hell, that was you?
Okay. But for some reason, I enjoy a good pina colada, but I don't necessarily, I only drink them in the summertime and on vacation. But for some reason, that song just hits, puts me in a drinking mood. I think of summertime and I just think of relaxation and, let's just enjoy some cocktails, especially like on the back patio or something, just do it.
This is what you're displaying is one of the things that I think is funny about drinking songs is just because it's got the word of an alcohol in it. We're like, yeah.
Right.
And Gimpy's demonstrating that that's not what the song's about.
Right. But sure, let's just chill out and have some cocktails.
But that's not what the song is about.
No.
Right.
No.
That's like, I like Uncle Tom's Cabin because it's about being at a cabin.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly. No. This is going to be the start song.
So you put this on when you're drinking?
No, if I hear it, I need to have a drink now. All right, yeah, this sounds good. Let's go have some cocktails. For sure. Yeah.
Okay. Since we talked about this, I was trying to figure out what are the parameters of what makes a drinking song. What are the things you need? And obviously it's super subjective.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have a good answer. They're also like, wait, why?
I think for a good drinking song, it's something that you sing along with. I think singing along is a big part of a drinking song, That's just my opinion.
I think it's super subjective because I don't think that.
Right.
I think drinking songs are about reflection.
Okay, I guess that makes sense for some people. And that's kind of where I was at, on trying to pick one. It's like, well, that depends. What mood am I in?
Or where are you?
Or where am I? Am I at home or am I at the bar? Am I there to party and have a good time or am I there to drown my sorrows? Because that changes the song dramatically, I think.
Well, I'm thinking if I'm at a bar or a club and LMFAO and what is it, Lil Jon, I think, Shots comes on, I know I'm gonna get wasted. And we're doing shots. We're getting there, and someone better be driving me home that night.
I'll remember that.
Oh, okay. That and pina colada.
Right.
Yes.
What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, Bmms, and whatever that is to 82945. What's yours, Gimpy?
Man, I tell you what, like I said, it was a hard one to try to come up with something here. But I settled on this one because it's one that I play at the home. I play at the bar. It makes me want to drink both times. I play it while I'm drinking,
Sorry.
I was like, I'm not tap dancing. What is going on here?
Sorry.
So I settled on it, and it's from Zach Brown Band, and it's off of a live album that they did for a benefit in Atlanta or some jive like that, and it's called Bar. I'm gonna play it.
Well, the last time I swore it was the last time, and the time before, well, I swear I swore the same. But this time, baby, I won't make a promise, 'cause I've given up, I ain't ever gonna change. Pass that bottle, I'm jumping off this wagon.
I discovered this one a while ago, and I was like, well, that's awesome. And it kind of goes along with like what Corbin was talking about, like with reflection and stuff like that. You know, it's like, listen, this ain't working. I'm jumping off the wagon. If you need me, I'll be down at the bar. You know, and when I hear it, I'm like, I'd like to have a drink. You know, or when I'm at the bar, I play it, and I'm like, we're at the bar, we're having a drink. You know, and I'll sing along with it because I had mentioned, I think a drinking song, you should sing along with it. I feel anyway. That's just my opinion. And yeah, it's quickly become one of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, any song you know the lyrics to, you can sing along with.
Absolutely. And any song could be a drinking song, even
Right.
Baby Shark could be a drinking
100%,
song.
right?
Right.
And the most obscure song, if I know it, I may sing along with it, and you'd be like, you don't just naturally know the words.
Yeah. There was a lot of them to choose from, and I went back and forth on so many of them. But I was like, all right, this is a good one. I'm gonna land on this one.
Yeah. We want to know, what's your favorite drinking song? A case of Line and Kugel's Summer Shandy could be yours. BMMS and whatever that is to 82945. I went back and forth on songs because I don't have a song. I don't have a drinking song, but I have songs I hear. I'm like, I could drink to this.
Right.
And then I went with the line of, well, they talk about drinking in this one, and it makes me want to drink when I hear this song.
Like
So-
pina coladas.
No, but not that way.
Right.
This song is about that, my understanding. And Gibby will know this right away.
My heart is
Oh, hell yeah.
man is shaking. Mugs are calling on me. My hands are shaking. Hands are shaking. Mugs are calling on me. My hands are shaking. Hands are shaking. Mugs are crawling all over me. Son of a bitch. Give me a drink.
I mean, he's talking about being dependent, but on alcohol.
Yeah.
But still,
Sing along with it. It's
Yep.
very catchy, very upbeat.
happy.
This was my mother-in-law's favorite song, and every time it was over, she'd go, all right, now pour
This
me a
was your mother-in-law's favorite.
It was
It's a
her-
fairly new song.
It was her favorite song before she died. I mean, she only died in 2000.
This
and-
song's pretty
This
new.
Came out after 2000.
No, it didn't. This was a Grammy Award winner in 2019. It was
You said
on the
she died in
Grammys.
2000.
Yeah, she died during the pandemic.
Oh, you said 2000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant 2020.
Trying to keep
sorry.
up. Just trying to keep up.
But after it was over, she would always say, "All right, now pour me a shot of Johnny Walker."
Nice.
Yeah.
Your mother-in-law's got good taste.
Yeah, she sure did.
To be honest, too, a lot of his songs are songs you can drink to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We want to know from you. What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Line and Kugel's Summer Shandy. BMMS and what that is to 82945. We'll take a break and we'll be back.
You're listening to the Big Mad Morning Show. This is Tulsa's Morning Show. 97.5 KMOD. KMOD Total Traffic Network.
This report is sponsored by Bixby Barbecue and Blues.
The 24th annual Bixby Barbecue and Blues Festival is coming this Thursday.
His sister actually worked in waste management for the past 10 years. And 3 years ago, she had a stop at a pretty big school district. And inside the district, they had found some big boxes in the trash. And it was full of computer equipment. And she was a huge techie. And apparently, in 3 of those huge boxes were vintage mechanical keyboards worth about $100 a piece. And she helped her with selling all of them, and they made $10,000 on reselling these vintage mechanical keyboards. That's something that we could get into, or I could.
I'm not going to the garbage.
I'm not going to take the time to resell how many? 10,000 keyboards?
Yeah, they got to drop them off at the post office. Like, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you got the time, it's worth the money. Former garbage man here used toilet paper all the time. Nothing worse than having a bag break and spew out mounds of used toilet paper like some type of unrighteous piñata.
This is a positive?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It seems to be awfully common. You would find something like that in the trash.
Absolutely.
It's the trash.
Yeah, not everybody flushes their waste down the toilet, the paper.
He said, honestly, though, the most disgusting thing he ever saw working as a garbage man was a coworker who regularly ate and drank things that they found in the trash.
But
Yes. One man said, my dad did the recycling run. In the rich parts of town, people would throw away brand new, still in boxes, like wine glasses, shoes, and things like that. We would resell the stuff online and make a few $100 a month. That's pretty cool.
Throwing away brand new shoes.
Maybe they were the wrong size, and
Throwing
I don't have the time to return these. Trash them.
Sure.
I don't know. Not
they got
something
some-
I would ever do.
they were a gift, and maybe somebody's got some beef against that brand or whatever. Like, these Adidas are trash.
Or they only wore them a few times and they took really good care of them and they still looked new. Ashes of the deceased. One time we found someone's ashes in one of the standard plastic tubs funeral homes usually give out. His information was still on the side. Our management contacted his family using the information that was written on the side of the plastic tub, but the family said they threw the poor man out on purpose.
This text says an old coworker found a vintage collection at Playboy magazines, had him appraised, and was told it was worth about $20,000. That's something worth keeping.
Who would you go to for that?
You'd take it to the Antique Roadshow.
I'm just saying, like, who do you go to appraise Playboy magazines?
Right.
Yeah.
And if they're slightly used, does that depreciate their value?
I would think.
Like, this is great, but pages 39 and 40 are stuck together, so.
And also, if you find a Chiefs shirt and bring it to me, I'm going to be psyched and tell you how awesome it's worth
Right.
is. I just, to me, that is the, when people are like, oh, these magazines are going to be worth so much money. Okay. I just don't buy into that.
Right.
If they're in mint
right.
condition.
So what? Again, so what? Who cares?
You got to find somebody who's going to pay that kind of price, whatever.
Exactly.
Drew carried all.
We see people on that stupid show, Pawn Stars, and they bring in super rare things.
Right.
And even they're like, it's not worth that much. So I don't know why a bunch of magazines would be worth $20,000. I think some of these stories get so over glamorized
Right.
to make them sound sexy.
One junk removal company found weapons. We took out some old furniture, including a large desk from a man's house. We were finished and drove to the transfer station. As we dumped our load, the desk came sliding out and hit the concrete. It broke apart, and lo and behold, a .357 Magnum revolver comes tumbling out.
I'm surprised by these dumpsters that take on full pieces of furniture.
Yeah. It's a junk removal company. So
It's probably like cleaned out
okay.
house or
Yeah.
whatever like that. Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that works for local trash company, and he finds weapons all the time. He's found knives and guns and stuff, and yeah, that doesn't surprise me any.
Does he have to alert the authorities if it's a gun?
You know that? I don't know. I didn't ask. You think that would be something to ask, but I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
in case
that's
it's
cool.
stolen or part of
That
a
would-
crime.
That would make sense, yeah.
Kelly Sarber, the president and CEO of Strategic Management Group, trash cans aren't the only places where creepy things are lurking. It's fairly frequent that we have homeless people mistakenly fall asleep inside a dumpster and delivered to a landfill or other processing facility.
Did you say common?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it happens.
Fairly frequent, she says.
Yeah. Same trash buddy. Same buddy that's trash, man. He's a good friend. He's not a trash buddy of mine, but same thing. He's had bodies roll out, people, homeless people that have fallen
Sure.
asleep in there. He has lifted up trash can to dump it, right, and found prostitutes back there at work.
Behind
the trash can, working. People doing drugs and stuff back there. So, yeah, that's another not really surprising at all.
Yeah. One guy says, I worked at a medical waste factory where we would find amputated body parts and bins full of blood and used needles. Yeah. Cold hard cash. I found $4,000 worth of cash in a cereal box once.
Nobody will ever look in the tricks.
Yeah. Local gypsies had been cleaning out their caravan and threw out the box of cash by mistake.
Did you say gypsies?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
We managed to find the box and rightfully return them their money.
I can only go with what I've seen happen with my trash being picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't go through the trash.
Right.
They just dump it in the thing.
Yeah.
And on to the next stop, right?
Yeah.
And I would think when they dump it at the dump, they back up, open the hatch, dump, pull away.
Same, yeah.
That makes sense for like private residences because mostly in trash bags, and if there's anything that's too large to go in there, let's say a couch or lawnmower or something like that, usually go beside the trash can, not
Fair.
inside of it, you know. So I can see why they wouldn't go digging through your particular trash, a private residence trash. But with public dumpsters, these big ones, you know, we got people out here all the time dumping stuff in our dumpsters in the back parking lot here.
Yeah, but the Trashosaurus Rex comes and gets it.
Right.
They don't even get to see. Most of the time, they don't even get to see in it.
Right.
And again, they back up, dump. Never even seen the again, from what I've seen, maybe they do stand out up beside it and watch it. But
Right.
people that are trash people that are listening to the show have told us they don't get out of their rig.
Mm-hmm.
Only to open a gate to get to the dumpster is the only time they get out of their rigs.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that day was like when the automated garbage trucks came through, like the day that they got those, or they were told they're getting those, what that day was like.
They probably hated it
Why?
because it eliminated jobs
Oh, that's true. Well, I still see 2 or 3 people in those trucks.
for residential, but for Trashosaurus Rex that picks up the dumpster,
Yeah.
it's one person.
Right.
Okay. Kelly Sarber, the president and CEO of Strategic Management Group, again said that we had a woman in New York City mistakenly toss her diamond ring into the trash. She then paid an undisclosed amount of money to have one of the massive barges that took waste from Manhattan to Fresh Kills landfill pulled out of service so the garbage collectors could dig through the thousands of tons of trash until they found it. And they did find her ring. Raccoons. My favorite thing about emptying people's trash is the raccoon surprise. You open the top of a can and stick your hand in to grab the bag, but instead grab a raccoon or two. I saved a few of those cute little creatures.
Cute. Get out of here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Text came in. I also learned that people tip the trash man with cash and beer.
Nice.
I mean, cash, I've done that. I've tipped the trash people. The problem is they're not always the same people on every route.
Right.
And then, so I'm thinking them, what, for the one time they did? I don't know. But to tip beer, I don't know if they drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're just assuming at that point, and then they take it anyway just because of the gesture. Oh, thanks.
Right,
I'm
and
a
throw it in the
recovering
trash.
alcoholic,
Yeah.
asshole.
They're like the rich people who throw away new shoes.
Right.
Yeah. Brand new electronics. My friend's dad was a garbage man, and when he would pick up from places like Walmart, Best Buy, if they had TVs or PlayStations, any type of electronics, laptops in the garbages, he'd bring them home. He had friends that would fix them, and we'd get new electronics. Not bad.
I've known a lot of people that have done that.
Yeah.
Go dumpster diving and find stereos and TVs and stuff.
Yeah. Hospital biohazard waste. I ran a large trash hauling company in Georgia for 3 years. I can't tell you how many times hospitals threw their bio waste out to save on disposal fees. It got so bad the landfill ended up reporting them to big fines.
In this state, you can take a thing of syringes, and as long as it's in not a Sharps container, but a container that cannot be punctured, like a thing of laundry soap, you can just write Sharps and then throw it in the trash.
Huh. How about
that? Someone texted in, I work for Waste Management. It does happen often. Homeless and crackheads sleep in the cans that I pick up, and it is cray. Yeah. So anyway, One man's trash isn't always another man's treasure.
Overwhelmingly, you gave us garbage. Thought we'd do a little fill-in-the-blank news. I'll read part of a headline, leave part of it out. If you can guess the blank part correctly, good on you. First one, Mattel introduces blank Barbie doll. Mattel introduces blank Barbie doll.
That's fun because they got so many different ones now. They've got prosthetic Barbie. They've got slightly overweight Barbie.
Pregnant Barbie.
Pregnant Barbie. I'm trying to think of the other Barbies that I've seen at the store. They got handy-capable Barbie in a wheelchair.
Think it's a transgender Barbie?
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. Let's play a game. We got tickets to give away to see Bert Kreischer at the BOK Center tonight. Tickets available at BOKCenter.com. We're playing the numbers game, 918-460-KMOD. You call up, take on Lindsay. If you do better than her, then you're going to get those tickets to see Bert Kreischer in action tonight at the BOK Center. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
Nobody.
Oh. Says they're there. Good morning. You're on the air.
You blocked them.
That's weird. Good morning. You're on the air. What is your name?
My name is Greg.
Greg, how are you today?
I'm great. How y'all doing?
Good. Greg, what category do you want? Numbers, percentages, or averages?
We got to go with percentages.
Percentages it is. It's 5 questions from Gimpy. Just answer them the best that you can. Are you ready?
I am.
Here we go.
Gregory, what percent of U.S. households own a pet? What percent of U.S. households own a pet?
65.
65. All right, Greg. What percent of pet owners consider their pet to be a part of the family?
90.
Okay. Greg, millennials make up the largest percentage of pet owners by what percent?
20%.
20%. 20%. All right, Greg. What percent of pet owners got their pet during the pandemic? What percent of pet
40%.
owners? What was that again?
I'd say 40%.
40%, he says. Last one here, boss. What percent of Americans living in rural areas have a pet?
70%.
70%.
Now, are you a pet owner yourself there, Greg?
Yes, I am.
And did you get yours during the pandemic?
No, we had it beforehand.
Okay. All right, Lindsay, percentages is the category. You ready?
Yes.
Lindsay, what percent of U.S. households own a pet?
Oh, I'll say 62%.
62%. All right, Lindsay, what percent of pet owners consider their pet to be a part of the family?
Oh, 100%.
100, every last one of them. All right, Lindsay. Millennials make up the largest percent of pet owners by what percent?
28%.
28%. All right, Lindsay, what percent of pet owners got their pet during the pandemic? Pandemic pets.
Pandemic pets make up 34%.
34. All right, Lindsay, last one here. What percent of Americans living in rural areas have a pet?
Go with 49%.
49%.
How do you think she did there, Greg?
I think she beat me on 4 out of 5, to be honest.
All right, well, let's find out. Question 1, Gimpy.
All right, what percent of U.S. households own a pet? That's the question. Greg said 65%. Lindsay said 62%. And the answer is 66%.
Greg got that one right. He's up 1-0. You need 2 more, Greg, to win those tickets. See Bert Kreischer at the BOK Center tonight. Question 2.
Question number 2, what percentage of pet owners consider their pet to be a part of the family? Greg said 90%. Lindsay said every goddamn last one of them. 100%. Well, the answer is 97%.
Lindsay's up on the board 1-1. She needs 2 more to block you, Greg. Question 3.
When the question was asked, millennials make up the largest percentage of pet owners by what percent? Greg said 20%. Lindsay said 28%. The answer is 33.
Lindsay's got 2. Greg has 1. Tickets for Bert Kreischer on the line. Question 4.
The question is, what % of pet owners got their pet during the pandemic? Greg said 40% of them did. Lindsay said 34% of them did. And the answer is 78%.
Wow.
Wow. Greg, we have a game on our hands. It is tied 2-2. Comes down to the last question to win tickets to see Bert Kreischer at the BOK Center. Tickets available, BOKCenter.com. The final question to determine the winner, Gimpy.
The question is, what % of Americans living in rural areas have a pet? Greg said 70%. Lindsay said 49%. And the answer, 71%.
Greg, congratulations. You're getting those tickets to see Bert Kreischer tonight at the BOK Center.
Awesome.
Hang on the line, friends, so Gimpy can get your info. We're giving away beer Friggin' A Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? Quesalana Kugel Summer Shandy could be yours. Bmms and what that is to 82945. We're going to give away some beer coming up. So what are they going to do? That's why CBS is going to have Survivor. They're going to have Survivor, Amazing Race, and Big Brother on all at the same time.
Right, because those don't require writers.
Yes.
Huh.
Or actors.
Right, right.
So they will have them. That's never happened before. And we watch all 3 of those. So, and they're on so much. It's, I don't know how we're going to keep up. That's a wife problem. Which makes it my problem. Almost half of Americans aren't eating enough blank. Almost half of Americans aren't eating enough blank.
Fruits and vegetables.
Green vegetables.
Red meat.
Oh, I think we are.
Pastries. Americans aren't eating enough pizza.
It's a movement I can get behind.
Italian pasta.
Let's see. Americans aren't eating enough tapioca
Okra.
pudding.
No one would ever say that. Americans say they love apples, oranges, and bananas, but 43% admit it to not eating enough fruit even once a day. According to a new survey, it found that 52% confess to not eating veggies on the reg. To get the nutrients they need, they may be missing. 51% drink at least one smoothie a week.
Wow.
How often do you eat vegetables, Lindsay?
Vegetables daily.
Okay, say more.
With dinner every day. It's
every day you have vegetables with dinner.
Yeah.
Like a portion of vegetables, not like, hey, the pasta has tomatoes in it.
No, we have a portion of either something. It's either a green bean, it's either Brussels sprouts, asparagus. Those are the 3 staples in our house.
Gimpy?
Yeah, same thing. Every day.
Every day.
Every day. Every day it's a protein, a meat of sorts. Okay, and then usually taters of some kinds, be it mashed potatoes or, scalloped potatoes, something to that effect. So meat, protein, carb, and then a vegetable every day. That's the 3 things on my plate. I have recently, went to the store the other day. I was like, you know what? I haven't had fruit in a damn coon's age. So I went to town, got a bag of grapes and some watermelons and, other stuff like that.
I eat fruit every day. But as far as vegetables, if it's in the HelloFresh, yes.
Right.
But not, and maybe if we're grilling.
Yeah. I make it a point every time I get groceries to get like 4 or 5 things of frozen vegetables, whatever. Yeah.
You said mashed potatoes, and I just don't count those as vegetables.
No, they're not. Raw potatoes or whatever, like a baked potato would be all right, but...
I mean, if you're going to count a baked potato, you should be able to count mashed potatoes, and you should be able to count French fries.
Okay.
Right? Because it's all potatoes.
Right. It just depends on how it's cooked or whatever. Yeah.
If you eat fried green beans, you eating green beans?
Technically, but it's deep fried.
If I have fried mushrooms, that's not the question, isn't how they're made. If you have fried mushrooms, are you eating vegetables every day?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because you're still getting the vegetable that's inside that breaded goodness.
Yeah, but you're getting
Again,
extra
it's not
calories. I
yes,
guess.
but if you have broccoli and cheddar, you don't discount that you didn't eat broccoli.
Right.
True.
So yeah,
cover it in cheese sauce. Hardly good for you.
It's delicious though.
True.
Last one. The age blank stopped being fun. The age blank stopped being fun.
Age blank. The age of 69. Giggity.
the age staying up late stop being fun?
Okay. I mean, that doesn't make much sense, but okay.
I don't know.
The age gap.
Drinking too much? Or excessive
Aged
partying?
cheese. Aged wine. Thinking of other things that are aged.
The age when blank stopped being fun. According to a question online, at what age did life stop being fun? Thousands of people have responded so far, and a lot of the answers are upbeat, with many saying they haven't reached that age yet. Some folks also say life didn't get fun until they got older, and some say it's never been fun.
Wow.
Oh, those poor people.
Lindsay, what's the age when life stopped being fun?
It hasn't stopped. I think it gets better.
Gimpy?
No, it does. It changes, it shifts, but it never stops being fun. It only stops being fun if you let it stop being fun. Like those people that say, it's never been fun. I was born and I've been miserable ever since. It's those people, right? So I'm with Lindsay. I don't think it ever stops.
For me, it's getting more fun as I get older. But there's a scene in the new season of Reservation Dogs, and in it, the aunt is talking to one of the kids who had run away to California and came back. And in the scene, she talks to the kid about like, hey, you're expecting this other shoe to drop that you get older and things just suddenly change. She's like, that never happens. You're still the same person you were at 4. I'm still the same person I was at 12. The difference between those times is I just have a ton more baggage.
Right.
And that baggage weighs you down. And I was like, damn, that's truth.
Mother and daughter kill and grill grandma. See, now that's a
What?
headline. This happens in Maryland.
Hats off for the rhyme.
Yeah, right. See, that was
a good headline.
You told me you just
Killing
pointed
grandma.
out a missed opportunity, and I was like, well, I got one too, so I just changed it real quick.
I love it. Well done.
Mother and daughter kill and grill grandma. What happened was this happens in Maryland, where police were sent to the home of a 71-year-old Margaret Craig for a welfare check. Margaret hadn't been heard or seen of from the last couple of days, all right? Well, for a couple of days, because they think that this all happened towards the end of May. So the police go over there and they do the welfare check, and that's when they can smell the decomposing body coming from a basement. Okay, so they go down there and they search, and that's where they found 3 different plastic bags with human remains in it, rotting away in the basement. So the story goes that Margaret accused her daughter, who is 44 years old, Candace Craig, of credit card fraud. So that led to an argument betwixt Margaret and Candace, which led to Margaret's death. Okay? So, flash forward a little bit. They say that the 19-year-old daughter of Candace, a woman named Celia Hardy, found the body of Margaret in a plastic bin and then decided to help dismember and dispose of the body. They believe that the 2 women used a chainsaw to cut Granny's body up and then threw the body parts on a grill and a bonfire in attempts to burn and destroy the body parts. Either way, they searched the house. They say that the remains were so badly decomposed that you can't do a physical identification of the body. So they're hoping, and they're 98% sure that DNA testing is going to come back and say, yeah, this is definitely Margaret. Nonetheless, both women were arrested. Candace is being popped for murder, and then Celia has been arrested and being charged with accessory after the fact.
It's one thing to kill somebody, I think. I think it's a completely other to dismember them.
Yeah.
And another for it to be Meemaw.
Right. The human body contains a lot of blood. Like, more than I want to see at one point in time. So I feel as soon as you start hacking away with a chainsaw, that's just going to be a bloody mess everywhere.
It's like putting together a swing set in your backyard. You're like, I can do this. And then you get in, you're like, I'm going to need some help.
Right. So you call your kids to come help you put the swing set together.
Yeah. If you've ever put together a swing set in the last 5 years, it shows up and you're like, okay, yeah, I could do this. And then on day 2, you're like, we'll put that on later.
Right. Kids don't need a swing, do they?
Yeah.
Nah.
I think the monkey bar sat in my garage for a good year.
They're not going to be able to reach up there and grab it anyway.
Right, exactly. Do you think Mima was a bad person, abusive, maybe?
Are you justifying
have
it?
to be?
Are you implying that if she was, then she probably should be dismembered?
No. But would she have to be for it to be like,
You brought it up.
okay?
You brought it up. You tell me.
Well, I look at Dexter, like the show Dexter. It was like he was almost like the good bad guy because he was taking out bad people.
No, Dexter was a horrible person.
Oh, see, I looked at him as a good bad guy. He was taking out bad people.
Like a Robin Hood sort of thing. That instead of
Yes.
robbing the rich and giving to the poor, we're just killing bad people.
Uh-huh.
Jack the Ripper is another one, killing the whores of the world.
Yes.
If you think that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dexter was not a good person.
I thought so. I thought he was good.
But he was hurting people. He was killing people for minor things, not huge infractions.
Some of them.
Bumped into me at the grocery store.
No,
Yeah,
no.
some of them, sure, but not all of them.
No, he wasn't doing it for bumping into me
How
at the grocery.
dare you?
Good morning. It's the Big Mad Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. We're not to sports yet, but we will get to that here in a minute. And there's breaking sports news. Yesterday, Scotty Scheffler, he's the number 1 golfer in the world right now. He is playing at the championship. And his wife gave birth, his first shot after he made a 156-yard shot in the cup. Like, unbelievable shot, right? This morning, he goes to get to the championship to start. Tees are at 7:15, and apparently there was an accident in front. He tried to go around the accident, drove over a median. Police intervened. He didn't cooperate. He's been arrested. And so it's unclear whether he is going to be participating today.
Oh, my.
At 7:15 in the morning. I could see that if somebody was drunk and like, I don't want to think that he's already drunk at 7:15 in the morning.
No,
but
no.
You
he's
never
like,
know.
I got to get to the golf course.
I mean, he probably thought it was like, this doesn't affect me. I'm the
Right.
golfer.
Right.
Maybe, I don't know. According to ESPN, he was trying to drive around the crash scene. Police officers instructed him to stop, but he continued for about 10 to 20 yards. At one point, an officer attached himself to the side of Scheffler's car. Scheffler stopped his car as he turned into the entrance of the golf club. After about 20 to 30 seconds, he rolled down his window to talk to the officer. The officer grabbed his arm to pull him out of the vehicle, according to a witness. The officer reached inside the vehicle to open the door. Once Scheffler was pulled out, he was pushed against the car and placed in handcuffs. He was just standing at the entrance watching this happen, the witness, and said that Scheffler turned to him and was like, "Can you help me?" Hilarious, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Of which the officer was like, "Get back. Right now he's going to jail and there's nothing you can do." They've pushed the start time to 8:45, and it makes sense. Some of you may be going, why would they do that? Well, because it's a crime scene. Someone died.
Yeah.
Right.
Got hit by a car and died. So it's now a crime scene. Driving through a crime scene is kind of a big deal. Mm-hmm. They learned that in the OJ case. So we'll see if he is even going to get to tee off. Are they going to make an adjustment for him if he misses his tee time?
Right.
I mean,
Getting
he should have called and said, "Hey, there's been an accident. I am stuck in traffic."
No, he should have just listened.
Yeah, he should have.
That's it.
He should have had a driver. He should
That's
have
another
people.
great point.
Like,
Right.
come on, man.
All right, we're giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. We do it every Friday, and today we're giving away a case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy. Austin is on the line. Hey, Austin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Austin, what is your favorite drinking song?
And it's a Barbie Girl by Aqua.
Barbie, let's go party.
What?
Man, something about that song just turns me into a teenage white girl at a Taylor Swift concert.
I mean, you're crossing some generations, but this song makes you feel like a girl?
I don't know. It's a good vibe.
And are you drinking your, sex on the beach while
Liquid marijuana.
liquid marijuana?
Cosmopolitan.
No, we'll go with like Yingling or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no, of course.
Manly.
Yeah.
Of course.
something manly.
Is this how you got your wife?
Yep, exactly.
She's like, look at that. That's all mine. Good ladies, back
That's my
off.
man.
Gimpy, tell him exactly what he's going to get.
Corbett's favorite drinking song is... Because that's where him and the rest of the littles live. In low places. Have a case of Line and Google Summer Shandy. Back to you guys.
Austin, hang on the line, friend. So Gimpy can make sure he's got the right info and have a fantastic weekend, okay?
You too. Thank you, guys.
Buddy, appreciate it, man. Let's see what Gimpy has in his 4x4.
Well, Colvin, it says here that the Biden admin is moving forward with marijuana reclassification. The Biden administration is moving forward with the proposal to reclassify Mary Jane from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 3 drug. The DOJ issued a notice of proposed rulemaking yesterday to reclassify the chronic to a less restrictive category. The changes reflect a major shift in cannabis policy across the country as dozens of states over the last decade have legalized a recreational ganja. The CDC unveils a bird flu tracker. The Center of Disease Control has a new dashboard to track the spread of the bird flu. The online tool provides a variety of data to see where the disease has been detected. While it has so far had an impact on dairy cows, the virus can jump betwixt species. The House is to vote on the Israel Arms Bill. A Republican-led U.S. House passed bill on Thursday that forces JB to send weapons to Israel. The push from Republican leaders is in response to JB's decision to pause one shipment of bombs to Israel due to concerns over a full-scale military operation in Rafah. Speaker Mike Johnson accused the administration of brazenly holding congressionally mandated aid. And then lastly here, the Oklahoma Senate approves $45 million in disaster relief for communities affected by the naders. The Oklahoma Senate approved two bills yesterday to help counties that have been affected by recent tornadoes. House Bill 2912 and House Bill 2913 will benefit Oklahoma counties approved for FEMA disaster assistance, recover, and rebuild following the severe weather. The bill is now headed to the governor's desk.
There is the tornado. You got to look at the damage from last night's storms in Houston.
Oh, my God.
Went through downtown.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Blew windows out.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty intense video. And if I remember right, this happened last year to Houston, too.
Oh, yeah?
Very intense storm went through downtown.
Yeah, I seen some of the videos on the TikTok, and I was like, holy cow, that sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime you see somebody go through, you can relate to it because you've seen it. My kid had a field trip at Woolarock, and so we went out there, and you have to drive through Barnstall, right?
Yeah.
And it's crazy to see the damage. To me, it's always surreal to see people's stuff scattered amongst a field.
Right. You're like, that doesn't belong there.
And I've been up there many times, and you drive to see parts of that town just gone. It's bizarre.
Yeah, and it's going to take a while to clean all that stuff up and get everybody rebuilt.
Yeah, and is it tonight's Zach Bryan show down in Oklahoma City, right?
Is it? I don't know.
I think so. And he's giving a bunch of money because he's a good dude.
Yeah, good for him.
He's a good old boy. And so he's raising money for Barnstall out of that show in Oklahoma City. Good. So, yeah, good stuff. Adam Schefter is reporting that his tee time is 10:08, and it is uncertain whether he will be making.
Yeah, because getting out of jail is not a quick process.
No.
I don't know. I don't know. He definitely can afford bail.
He can afford the bail, but he's got to go through the processing and all that stuff. It's not a matter of, while I'm in here, all right, here's some cash and let's go. There's paperwork, there's pictures. He's going to get processed all the way through. He's probably going to be in there for the next 4 to 6 hours.
I mean, again, I don't know how long processing is. Is it a 2-hour experience? If it's a 2-hour experience, he'd be done near 10 o'clock.
Well, it depends on how busy the jail is as well. If he is the only person, he could probably make it in time. I doubt he's the only person, though.
Do they, because I've never been, do they have a fast pass?
No, there is no
probably
fast
not.
pass.
Do you ever go to jail and sit there and see somebody who came in after you get processed faster?
Ooh, that I can't remember.
So if you commit a heinous crime, you sit amongst the commoners.
Yeah.
I say that term, I guess, loosely, but other people that are getting processed, you sit amongst them.
I think it depends on the severity of the crime. I mean, I'm sure they would put them in a different holding cell as opposed to, just regular everybody else. Somebody's there for a DUI or something to that effect.
Because I don't know if many people understand the process, but when you arrive at jail, there is a waiting area that you have to wait for your turn.
Yep.
And everybody waits in that same spot. So if you murder 5 people, let's just say you do something really, really bad. You go and they put you in a perimeter room, which a cell, and wait your turn. You have to wait in line.
I mean, I would imagine. I mean, like, let's say I get popped for, I don't know, unpaid tickets, warrants, or whatever, right? And I'm
Minor
infraction, right? And I'm sitting there with all the other people that got caught trespassing or busted for drugs or something like that. And then they bring a violent offender in. I'm probably wrong, but I think they put that violent offender in a cell by themselves, still in the same
like on the side of the room.
Yeah, but it's like, hey, put him in the closet over there.
Right. Till it's his turn.
Till it's his turn. And then they process them all through. But either way, man, going through and processing all that, it's not a quick process at all.
Well, and he doesn't live in Louisville, Kentucky, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, it's not like he can just call his attorney and be like, hey, meet me in the jail and get me out of here.
He absolutely can.
But if he's not in his home state, not his lawyer, his personal attorney might not even be there.
I bet his agent's there. And I bet his agent can get somebody super fast before he probably even arrives at the jail. It wouldn't surprise me if the PGA has people on call.
True that.
Not that this is a common thing, but I imagine the PGA will move mountains. He's the #1 golfer in the world.
Right.
They may not pay for it. They may not, do those things. And you don't think there's anybody that's a lawyer chomping at the bit locally?
Yeah.
This text here says he's already been released per ESPN. So maybe he already has. I mean, that's 7:15.
3 minutes ago, that it says Scotty Scheffler is on his way to the golf club.
Okay. So maybe they made the exception for him and got him in and out really fast. I don't know. I feel if it was me, I'd be there all goddamn day.
And listen, I have no idea. But he just had a kid, had played an amazing round yesterday. Now he was in jail this morning. I'm telling you, some of the best golf is going to be happening today. He's either going to S the bed,
right,
because he's not in the right frame of mind and didn't go through his routine, or he's going to have an unbelievable round.
Hole in one every hole.
I mean, he literally has to dig deep in that mental fortitude.
Yeah.
It's going to be some amazing golf to watch today.
Fun.
With him. And you got Rory, who also had he set a course record, I think, yesterday. Because remember what I said yesterday, he's known for having amazing rounds when he's ending relationships.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So, again, Scotty Scheffler arrested, but apparently on his way. They were like, it's all good. You got to think they wouldn't want any of that smoke either.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what this text is. It's the biggest thing in that town that day. So, yeah, they don't want the bad press.
No, but also he broke the law. They also don't want the press of you get to run amok.
Right.
If you've been following the Harrison Butker story, you know he's been catching hell from the internet, celebrities, and the NFL. One group he didn't get flack from about his commencement speech at Benedictine College last weekend was the people he was speaking to, the graduating class and those in attendance. According to one graduate who was there, Susanna Lacegang, she booed the Kansas City Chiefs kicker's comments, but she was definitely in the minority. Butker's 20-minute speech she said was roundly booed by her roommate, and about 15 other women, but there was a standing ovation from everyone in the room. She went on to say the speech was received quite differently by the men than the women. While the new grad did allow that her alma mater is a Catholic and conservative college, she said the reaction among the men present was horrible. A lot of the men were like, F yeah. She said they were excited about, but it was horrible. Most of the women were looking back and forth like, what the F is going on? Alongside various celebs and a big chunk of the online community, the NFL also disavowed Butker's comments, saying in part in a statement that his views are not those of the NFL as an organization. Butker suggested that a woman's accomplishments in the home are more valuable than any academic or professional goals. He said, I want to speak directly to you briefly because I think it is you, the woman, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you, he said. How many of you are sitting here now about to cross the stage and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world.
Why the eye roll?
I mean, what's he thinking? I don't think he really was.
It's his beliefs.
I know it is his beliefs. It is. But the women in that audience were there to be rewarded with a diploma on their graduation day that they worked so hard for.
And a speech from a celebrity.
Yeah, sure, absolutely, 100%. 100%. They were not there to listen as he promoted the role of being a homemaker and a husband servant.
I wish people would be this mad when an athlete, specifically one in the NFL, beats his wife.
Sure.
Right.
100%.
But that's not what's happening. And unfortunately, a lot of men and some women feel this way. Mm-hmm. Feel the way this man feels.
Oh, yeah.
He has the number one selling jersey, apparently, because of this. So, you tell me. I've been telling you all to stop eating okra, and no one wants to listen to me. You think I'm crazy.
I'm on that island.
I don't agree with what he said. I don't want my daughters having to hear this. I don't want other people's daughters to having to hear this. But it's a free country.
Right, and that's what happens when you hire a celebrity to come give a speech. You know, they're just stating what they feel.
My wife and I had this conversation. I don't think all the players on the Chiefs, my favorite team, have my opinions. And so when they voice them that don't agree with me, I care about as much as I do that Taylor Swift's there. I don't. Just kick the ball for me.
Right? Yeah. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by the award-winning service of Groundworks Tulsa. More of the Big Mad Morning Show is next.
Tell me about it.
Gimpy, you said one. How many have you taken total in your whole?
One to get a job at Target.
Huh?
No, excuse me. I just lied to you. Sorry, the other job. Two, as a matter of fact. One to get a job at Target, and the other one was to get a job when I was selling parts, the job that I had before I got here. And I had failed that one. I had tried. I was like, all right.
I love that you put some sympathy tone on it. Like, I tried.
I did. I quit for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, all right, that should be good enough, right? THC absorbs in your fat cells. I'm not a heavy guy, so therefore I thought it would flush it out a lot, sooner. It wouldn't stick around in my body as long as it did. So a couple of weeks go by. I'm like, all right, bet I'm good. And I go down there and I take their whiz quiz. And it comes back. You tested positive for the marijuana. And
you hadn't smoked in how long?
It'd been a couple of weeks. I completely stopped.
It can hang. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was like recent. I didn't think whiz was weeks.
No, it's the THC absorbs in your fat cells, so it stays in there for a while. And if you're a bigger, heavier dude and a heavy smoker, and that's another thing you got to think of, heavy heavy smoker I was, But so therefore I thought, okay, a couple of weeks, I'm not a fat guy. I should be good, not taking into account the amount that I put into my body on a daily basis, okay? So I failed that one, and they're like, all right, we'll give you another shot, but you got to wait for 6 months. You got
to get the job.
To take another whiz quiz. So I was like, all right, fine.
6 months hardly makes sense.
That's what they told me. And I was like, well, I really wanted this job,
So did you start the job and then in 6 months they tested you?
No, I couldn't get the job until they tested me and I tested positive. So for 6 months, I go straight. I quit completely for those 6 months.
Impressive.
And I know.
Very
right?
much so.
And so I took my test. I passed it with flying colors. And then I started back up again. And I tell you what, it has not been the same since. The very first time I got roasted after not doing it for 6 months, I was like, it messed with my mind so much. I was like, this is not what I remember it being. Oh, it's because my tolerance dropped. I was like, well, I guess we're just going to have to build it back up. But you're talking, from 16 to 25, so 9 years of just steady smoking all day, every day. My tolerance was way up there. So I was like, I guess we'll have to start all over again.
Challenge accepted.
Yep.
I worked at The Edge, and the company that owned them in another market, they own a newspaper service, and the newspaper, one of the delivery guys that delivered the paper in the morning to, the stands or whatever, hit a kid and killed a kid, and they tested him, and he was high. So they were like, we're drug testing everyone. And so they instituted a drug policy where you had to do a random drug testing. I go to London to see Kings of Leon, and then when I come back, they call me into the office like right away.
Right.
And they're like, hey. And I was friends with the business manager. He's like, hey, you have 24 hours after I hand this to you to go take a drug test. Would you like me to hand it to you? And I was like, no. And he's like, all right, tomorrow morning I have to hand it to you. So whatever you need to get taken care of.
Right.
And so I went and bought like pea clean, like,
all the stuff,
broccoli, whatever, all the stupid stuff. And went and did the test. And when I did the test, they give you all these instructions, the thing, put it in there, don't flush, da-da-da. So I obviously have to pee like a crazy person. And because I've been holding it, and I go to the bathroom just like, oh, thank God, fill the cup and no problem. Done being a good boy, and I flush. And they're like, I go out, and she's like, did you just flush the toilet? And I'm like, yeah. Cup's in the thing. We good? And she's like, no, you can't flush. So 1 hour. See you again. See you in an hour. And you're like, and if you didn't do the test, they fired you.
Oh.
And I was like, So I went and ate and panicked. Went back and did it again and was like, did not flush. Like, she even put a note on the thing. Don't flush.
Did she say, like, it happens?
No.
Or was she mean about it?
No, she wasn't mean about it, but she also wasn't empathetic.
Yeah.
Right.
She's there to do a job.
Right.
She's seen all the tricks. You go in there and you're peeing like you're running out of, like you haven't peed in days.
Yeah.
He is well aware that you're trying to not pass a test. They're not stupid.
They've seen all the tricks.
Yes. Yes.
The question is, how many people lost their job there after that? Did anybody?
Good question.
No. No,
We're all Johnny Fever in
of
this
the places I've worked that have had drug policies, I've never seen and alcohol.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody get fired.
Wow.
And I know that some people didn't.
Yeah.
So maybe there was an internal like, hey, you get a warning and next time though,
we'll test you
Possibly.
again.
Yeah. I don't know. Airport runway worker killed after being sucked into the airplane engine.
Yikes.
Federal officials are investigating the weekend death of a grounds worker at the Alabama airport. NTSB said the worker at Montgomery Regional Airport was killed after he was sucked into the engine of an airplane. It happened Saturday afternoon, according to the NTSB. The American Airlines plane had just arrived from DFW when a ground support personnel was ingested into the engine. The unidentified worker was employed by Piedmont Airlines, which is a subsidiary of American Airlines. So, if you look at an engine, when it's not moving, it's got the little curly Q. That is on there to know if the plane engine is on.
Well, that makes perfectly good sense. I guess it didn't work for this guy, though.
He may not have been present that day or skipped that part of the training process.
I wonder what that is.
Dude, I don't even think you probably have time.
No, you don't feel anything.
And does it? So when I was in high school, we had a family friend that owned a chicken farm, and during chicken harvest season, we would go and he'd pay us, and you make good money, right?
Yeah.
And you load up just the females, you don't load up the males, but you have to kill the males, and you're supposed to pop their necks and throw them in one of the cages, and then they get collected later, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, makes no sense. I'm sorry, cancel me. I don't know. I'm just saying that's the way it worked. Some of us, not me, would throw the chicken into the industrial fan. That chicken into the industrial fan, which are those big. Boom, 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 boom.
No, not me.
Have you seen my throws?
I would never do. Listen, Pepsi bowling champ of the 8th grade.
That's not throwing.
You got to throw a ball.
It's rolling.
Whatever. You rolled that rooster on into the fan.
And it kind of the point being is it would stall the fan wouldn't just keep running.
Right.
Right? Like it kind of would.
Yeah, bog down a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that happening with an airplane engine?
You would think.
You would think. But if that's the case, if something that ends up getting sucked into the engine is automatically going to shut the engine off, that would not be a good idea for a plane. Because ducks, geese, birds, Superman, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, the movie where they landed the plane in the headset, that's what that was about.
Yeah. So if it was going to, shut off anytime something flew into the engine, well, they wouldn't be on the ground or they wouldn't be in the air.
And what type of plane are we talking about?
A big one, a small one.
If it's a regional airport,
seater?
it's hard. No, it ain't a big one. But anyway, crazy. Got to take a break. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. That was 30 years ago.
Did you get any of the guts on you?
What is it?
No,
are you
it
looking
projects
at
out.
A statute of limitations here to see if it's okay?
Totally.
Let you throw
I
your
didn't say okay.
cocks in the fan? Come on.
This says, I'm about to get divorced from my wife of 10 years because I made a stupid mistake and had a one-night stand. We got in an argument. I left, went to the bar, slept with some woman, and almost immediately the guilt took over me. She has told me it's over, but I have to try. What can I do to get her to give our marriage a second chance? 918-460-KMOD. Bmms. Then whatever you think he should do to 82945. Let's entertain the idea. What are some things he could do? How about a vacation?
Ooh.
You and me, let's have a vacation. Let's go to some beautiful exotic place and talk out my inability to keep my penis in my pants.
Yeah.
Having kids usually fixes that situation.
That maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to do that.
Vacations are nice. Absolutely.
Can you work on a problem on a vacation, Lindsay?
I don't think so. Because
this
once
isn't a
you
problem.
get
This is a
back-
crack in the foundation.
Absolutely. Because once you get back, everything's right there, Yeah.
What are some other
And
things he could try?
I think he
Entertain the
begs,
idea.
goes
No
on
bad ideas.
Hands and knees and
Begs?
what do you want me to do? I will do anything you want me to do.
Yeah. Horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody, right? And this is why. Because you want to fix it, you have to come up with ideas. Not me. You want to fix it. Why do I have to tell you how to fix your problem? Not just this, any scenario. If you have to go to the person and be like, tell me what I have to do to fix this, then you shouldn't be in it. It's a horrible way to get into a conversation with somebody to try and rectify a problem. Because it means you don't know. You haven't even entertained ideas.
Right.
How about a 4-5? Somebody text in, Dropkick Murphys, Kick Me, I'm S-Faced. We won't be picking you because I can't play that song on the radio.
No. Nice try, though.
Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Corbin. In less than an hour from now, you have the opportunity to win $1,000. Spend it however you want. Maybe pay some bills or buy some concert tickets, whatever. $1,000 could be yours at 9 o'clock this morning when you rock the bank. Listen for that keyword, and when you hear it, just enter it online at the website that rocks. 97.5 at KMOD.com. All right, you'll have 8 more chances throughout the day to win $1,000 as well. Good luck.
Good morning, Gimpy.
Good morning. Rocklahoma's coming up soon. Labor Day weekend, Prior USA. It's the loudest weekend of the year. Disturbed, Avenged Sevenfold, Slipknot, and tons more. Get your full lineup. Get your link for tickets and more at the website that rocks Lahoma, KMOD.com.
All right, Taser Time Trivia. This is where we have to answer some questions. We have 3 chances to not get shocked. It's been a while because back injuries and vacations and stuff like that, because they do allow us time off. I know that annoys you guys, but we're going to go. I think Gimpy was the one to go last time, so he will pick who will be going first.
Yeah, let's see.
For Taser Time Trivia.
Around, pull it out, and it's going to be Quarter Bean goes first this time.
All right. I don't know who.
I'll take the shocker so that way you don't get shocked prematurely.
Yeah, because that's a guarantee.
Right. I only did it one time. All right. We're set, and I ain't hitting the button yet.
And Lindsay's going to be asking the questions, and I think I'm ready.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
You're waiting for me to test it?
Yeah. I didn't know if you were going to test
myself.
Self-awareness is a fantastic trait, dude.
Absolutely. Question number 1. What is the first element on the periodic table?
What?
I know.
How well do you know your periodical chart, Corbin?
Yeah.
I feel like I know my wife's periodic chart.
This
is probably something super obvious.
Right.
Well, can we come back to it?
Sure. Question number 2. What is the only mammal that can fly?
The only mammal that can fly? Boy, he did good on these questions.
If these other ones better be just as twisted. I know this answer. The only mammal that could fly.
Mammal. What is a mammal? Has to produce milk, right?
Yes. The first thing I wrote down was bat.
Okay.
But I don't know what species a bat is, but it has a lot of mammal-like tendencies. I don't know if it lets its babies suck the teat. I haven't seen a lot of videos of bats sucking teat. So I don't even know if that's a thing.
I bet you there's a video out there for it. And probably
some guy named Bat wearing a bat outfit.
Right.
Yeah, bat. I know this is going to be an answer. I'm going to be like, son of a bitch. Super obvious answer. I don't think the milk part is the thing that makes it a mammal.
Right, warm-blooded, I think.
Because aren't whales mammals and they don't...
Yeah, they don't produce milk.
No.
No, they don't.
No. I'm going to say bat, even though I feel like that's wrong. I'm trusting what first popped in my brain. I'm going with bat.
Okay. Final answer is bat. What is the only mammal that can fly? You say bat, and the answer is bat.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you lucked out on that one.
Nicely done. Moving on to question 3. What sense is mostly linked to memory?
Dimes? Say it again.
What sense is mostly linked to memory?
So 5 senses. Smell, touch, taste, feel, see.
Senor.
Ask the question again.
What sense is most likely linked to memory?
Most likely?
Mostly linked to memory.
Asking the question is so important.
Yeah. What
There's a lot on the line here.
Right.
Mostly linked to memory.
What sense is mostly linked to memory? I'm going to say vision is mostly linked to memory. But smell, I mean, how many times do you go, oh, it smells like grandma's cooking? But you see a picture of stuff, you remember a bunch of things. You remember smells. You remember how you felt. Hearing's linked. Okay, question again.
What sense is mostly linked to memory?
I'm gonna go with, again, trusting my gut, and I'm gonna go with vision. Vision, final answer.
You say vision, the sense mostly linked to memory. The correct answer is smell.
Yeah, I knew that as soon as you said vision. I was like, I got to get my finger on the
How'd you
trigger
know
for this
that?
one. Because I thought everybody knew that. It's been commonly it's been commonly known that smell is mostly linked to memory. It's been scientifically proven many a times over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he talked himself into it when he was like, oh, grandma's cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was like thinking to myself, but then you know that saying, I never forget a face. I forget a name, but I never forget a face. Like, so it can go either way for me, too. So.
All right, the first one that I passed on
Okay.
to come back to.
You just want me to go ahead and shock you now, or?
No, I'm going to take a stab at it. It's probably an obvious answer.
Right.
Do you know? Do you have a
Oh,
gut?
I have no idea,
Okay.
man. No.
All right.
No.
Did you know, Lindsay?
No.
Ask the question.
What is the first element on the periodic table?
Do I have to name it or name the symbol? Because I think it's Na,
Okay.
which I think is sodium.
You are not very confident.
No. No. Guess what course I've never taken? High school, college.
Chemistry.
Chemistry.
But even in in high school, they go over the periodical chart. I remember
I'm 50.
I didn't take chemistry, and I remember I can see the
I can
periodical
see
chart.
100%.
I can see a few of the symbols.
I know
here.
neon.
Right? Lithium, gold.
Now that I've said neon, I feel like that's number one. Helium. I want to swear so bad.
I can imagine.
I'm going to go Na. And I think that's sodium.
Yeah, we're looking for the element, so not the symbol.
Well, the symbol would be the element.
Right. But the word.
The
I
actual
guess,
name of
the
it, yeah.
actual-
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, if I give the symbol, that should count.
He doesn't have that.
You mean you don't know?
Right.
Sodium.
Final answer?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to turn my mic off because I know I'm going to swear.
Okay. The first element on the periodic table, you say sodium. The correct answer is hydrogen.
I swear to God, you hold that longer than you need to. I swear to God.
I just pushed the button.
I know. That's what I'm saying. All right.
You get it when he gets to answer his question.
No.
Hydrogen.
I'm a sniper. I wait. Gimpy
All
is
right.
next. So there's
Give
that
it to
for
me,
you.
big fella. All right.
Got the question here.
All right.
And so Lindsay is going to have the thing to decide your punishment, how strong it is.
Maybe.
And hopefully these are just as easy as questions for you. And yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
Thought we were friends, Brady.
It's randomly drawn envelopes.
Listen, I'm a magician. I know how that works. Question one for Taser Time Trivia. Gimpy, what do you call a group of flamingos? Now, Gimpy has surprised us many times with knowing the names of groups of animals. This one is, what do you call a group of flamingos?
This one I don't know. I want to say a flock. Most birds are known to be a flock, except for geese. That's a gaggle of geese.
Crows?
Crows is a murder. I don't really know much about flamingos except for they stand on one leg and they're only pink because of the shrimp that they eat. They're naturally white. But I couldn't tell you what a group of flamingos is. I'm just going to go ahead and get shocked on this one and say a flock.
What do you call a group of flamingos? Gimpy says flock. And the answer is flamboyance.
That's right. Hit the button.
That's you, Lindsay.
Hit the button. Ah, bitch, son of a ass.
That's your cue.
Damn.
She was looking at me like, staring at me, waiting for me to do something.
Somebody charged that thing up. Wow. That one
I know.
hit me hard. What happened? What happened?
To be honest, I was looking at you like,
flamboyance, huh?
flamboyance? Is that really
That's what I'm
it?
saying. You were not in it. Question 2. What is the hottest pepper in the world called? What is the hottest pepper in the world called?
Okay, well, there's a lot of them. And I believe, I want to say the Carolina Reaper, that's the last known that I know of, but I feel like there's a new one out that's hotter than the Carolina Reaper, but I couldn't tell you the name of it. So, at risk of being shocked again, got to take a deep breath and let my heart calm down a little bit before I get zapped again.
Oh, God, yeah, please don't have a heart attack.
We've
already had a hell of a week.
Again. Let's go ahead and go with the Carolina Reaper. I'm probably wrong because I think there is a newer one, but last I remember, the Carolina Reaper was the hottest pepper in the world.
Final answer?
Yeah.
What is the hottest pepper in the world called? You said Carolina Reaper, and the answer is Carolina Reaper.
Oh.
Now, I am with you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's correct. I looked. It is not correct.
Right.
But it doesn't matter.
It's what's
on the paper.
So, well, you looked. What is it?
Pepper X.
Pepper X.
Oh, yeah, that's the
'Cause they
latest.
Couldn't come up with anything original.
Just last year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. We'll save myself from getting shocked. then.
2 out of 2. Good job. Or 2 out of 3 so far. Last one. How long is an eon?
An eon?
How long is an eon? Lindsay's thinking deeply. She feels like she should know it.
Eon.
How long is an eon?
That's a good question. I mean, because that could be a matter of years. 100 years is a century. I think 1,000 years is a millennia. An eon could also be a matter of time, like an hour, minutes, seconds, an eon. But an eon always sounds like it's always referenced in like something that's taken forever, right? Like me trying to answer this question right now. It's taking an eon to get to this damn answer.
I'll give you a clue. No, it's not taking an eon.
No, that's when Lindsay comes around. Oh, hey now. An eon is a decade. No, it's not. A million years? No. A lifetime? No. Let's just go with 10,000 years.
10,000 years?
Yeah, I know that's wrong.
You thought that about the other ones, right?
Yeah. Except for flamingo.
How flamboyance. How, like you didn't know that.
Hey.
How long is an eon? Gimpy said 10,000.
Years.
10,000 years. The answer is a billion years.
Go hit it, hit it, hit it. Ah, bitch, son of a, ow, wow. How long, a billion years?
Billion, yeah. I wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah, that's
Billion.
I don't think lifetime is a measurement of time.
No. I mean, it has time in the word. So,
Yes, but it's not a measurement because it's so subjective.
Whose
Yeah.
lifetime are we talking
Right.
about?
Right, it flies.
Right.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, it'll be Lindsay's turn for Taser Time trivia. We're giving away beer Friggin' Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? Case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy. We'll be back.
But you still don't say anything. You just kind of watch where you sit down, maybe scooch the newspapers or whatever, paper plates with leftover pizza rolls on them, and hang out for a little bit, and I gotta go. I got it.
If I'm going to judge, I'm judging, I'm going to judge the food.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to judge hey, your bed wasn't made.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm going to judge, oh my God, you served Brussels sprouts or whatever that is.
Right.
I'm not going to get all ugh, you didn't clean for my arrival.
Right. 'Cause you're right. Life happens,
Life
especially
happens.
if you've got small children.
Oh, and you're having a dinner party.
Right. You can expect toys to be all over the place. Now, there's a difference between, a little clutter, kids don't know how to pick up their toys, and your house looks like Ross, dressed for less. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, I would think if you're hosting a dinner party, you would want to clean up.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
But that's not necessarily true, especially if you're like, hey, come over tonight, we're having pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza feels like there's no cleaning happening.
Yeah, it's okay to have your laundry still piled up on the back of the couch from 4 days.
No.
You should at least pick it up and throw it on your bed.
Yeah.
Right? Give me a place to sit.
Right. Just move the panties over. It'll be fine.
It's always like, I've gone and I stopped getting in the car with this person when I went to get in their car and they're like, hold on. And they had to unload a bunch of stuff from the seat and the floorboard into the back seat so I could sit down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you invited me to get in your car.
You should have had that fixed up beforehand.
Or just don't invite me into your car.
I'm with you.
Right? If you don't have a place for me to sit, what are you doing inviting me over?
I just like the company.
I'm not a charity. Yeah. So that would be, I'm judging food. What do you judge? What's your judge when you go to someone's house? If it's
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness?
Probably, yeah. Especially if you're having a dinner party.
Yeah, I might do that too.
Uh-huh.
Gimpy?
Definitely cleanliness. Now, it doesn't have to be sparkling like you walk in and everything's ting, 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 No. But if you're inviting people over, dinner party, or just to hang out and have a smoke sesh, you might want to just kind of pick up the bulk of
Smoke
things
sesh.
first.
You're so bougie.
Yeah.
You're going over get high, and you're like, man, the house was so dirty.
Yeah.
So dirty.
Well, yeah, if you got to, you can't put your soda down or your water down on the table because, it's littered with empty cans.
Right.
Then, yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Go get a damn trash bag.
But
clear off the tables
Yes.
and it'll be fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to run the vacuum.
Right.
All right? Just don't make people come in and be like, oh, God. Oh, God. And furthermore, Susan, if it smells a little bit, just spray something. Just spray something in the air. You don't want to walk into somebody's house and get hit with a brick wall of stink. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to be careful too. Don't go crazy. Right? If you're unloading half a can of Lysol,
right. You're
You're
obviously
covering up a
something
smell.
Yeah.
Right?
Which will reveal itself in a
In
little
due
bit.
time.
Yes.
It's not permanent.
It smells like wildflowers and ass.
Yeah. Is it Febreze?
Mm-hmm.
And mold.
Febreze is literally advertised to cover up stink,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
which means you have a problem if there's stink in the
Yeah.
house. What about a toilet bowl that's got a pink ring in it?
I'm not judging that.
Gross.
It's pink mold.
Yeah.
It's mold
Gross.
Yeah.
in the toilet bowl.
Yeah. That's okay.
Ugh.
Now, I mean, there's a difference between is there sitting urine or like, Mr. Hanky, is he taking
Skid
a little
marks.
swim right there?
There's some rubbing is racing.
Right. Like,
Gross.
previous person was a freckler. I get what you're talking about. Yeah. Dude, that happens, bro. That happens in everybody's house. I'm hoping that you would, at least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little
Yeah,
bit.
but you didn't.
You didn't, exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. What's the strangest type of bird that you'd be willing to eat, such as a shoebill stork? You know what a shoebill stork is, Lindsay?
No,
Look up shoebill stork. Shoebill stork. It will, if I remember correctly, this is a very bizarre-looking bird. It almost looks human-like.
Got a giant honking schnoz.
It is terrifying.
Yeah.
It will haunt you in your nightmares. If I remember right, it makes a horrendous sound. A very loud noise. It's not like a beautiful chirping or anything. It's a very loud noise. Mm-hmm. It's the shoebill stork. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your pick going to be?
Probably a. What's the one? What are the We call him. My husband calls it a Harry Truman, and that's not what its real name. We see
Dropping bombs?
Huh?
Is it just dropping bombs everywhere it
No,
flies?
it's the. Now I can't even think of the real name of it. You see them all a blue herring. Is that what it is?
Blue herring.
What? Isn't that a fish?
See them all the time on the.
So it's the ones you see in the ponds, and they got the long legs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Piranha.
The heron, yes.
Great blue heron.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Gimpy?
Can I say big?
Huh?
Big?
Bird.
Big bird. Okay.
Oh.
No. If we're going like a legit bird,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the flamingo.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see if it tastes like shrimp.
Yeah. Flamingo or
That's
roadrunner.
true.
One of the two.
Yeah, why not? That sounds fine. Penguin. I'm down for some penguin.
Oh, yeah. Some fricasseed penguin.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting, it's cold. It's right there on the ice.
Right.
Who doesn't? Some good penguin. Yum. I'm going to name some dishes. You give me a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome,
Okay.
and 0 being pass.
Okay.
Okay? Lindsay, you're in on this too.
Okay.
10 being
Let's
awesome,
start
0
let's
being
start
nothing.
basic,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Spaghetti. Lindsay?
Oh, 10.
Okay. Gimpy.
3.
Okay. Fettuccine Alfredo. You can
10.
You can say 10.
Could I say 11?
Gimpy?
Oh.
What kind? Is it seafood or is it chicken?
This is just the cheese. This is
Just
no
the
chicken,
sauce
no
and noodles?
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Manicotti. So manicotti, for those who don't know, it's a ricotta. Mostly the time it's a ricotta-based filled noodle.
Big ol' honking noodle, too.
It's a 6 for me.
Okay.
That's a 0 for me, dog.
Okay. Stuffed shells.
6.
Okay. Gimpy.
2. 2, if that. I'm struggling for a 2, bro.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
3.
Wow. Gimpy.
Who's making it?
Whoever your favorites is.
It's even my mom's lasagna. That would rank like a 2 or 3 for me, and that's because it's mom's. So lasagna, just in general,
Yeah.
that's a 1.
Chicken Parmesan. Chicken Parmigiana.
9.
Never had it.
What?
Crazy.
It feels crazy.
yeah. So that's going to be a 0 for me, dog.
Oh my God, dude! Chicken. Oh my gosh.
Is it the eggplant and the?
Nope.
That one's good too.
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Chicken piccata. Chicken piccata is the lemon chicken. I know. It's lemon.
Yeah, 7.
That's 0.
Oh my God.
Like we went to that fancy Italian place for the boss. What was that, last week? His lunch or whatever. And I'm looking at the menu. I was like,
Mondo's, great Italian restaurant.
Mondo's, I respect them and what they do. It's just Italian is not for me. I'm like, I don't know what to get. Everything on the menu had either mushrooms or lemon on it. And I was just like, what's this stuff with the shrimp? Sounds good. I'll eat the shrimp over the noodles, which is exactly what I did.
I mean, I wanted to see. All right, so let's just go with a couple things here because I'm trying to find fried mozzarella.
I mean, that's just deep
10.
fried cheese. But even then, I want to give it like a 4.
Calamari.
10.
Calamari. I'll go ahead and give that like maybe a 6 or something because I've had calamari at other places that's not Italian food.
Bruschetta or bruschetta.
10.
Was that the fancy bread?
It's toast. Most of the time, it's toasted little pieces of bread with tomatoes and olive oil and balsamic and basil. And
Yes,
stuff.
the extremely stale bread that you chip a tooth on every time you eat it. That's a 0.
Let's see. Let's get it. Spaghetti and meatball ravioli.
Lindsay?
6.
Only if it's Chef Boyardee. Which actually his name was Chef Boyardee, but we had to Americanize it by saying
Give me your rating, Mr. Wikipedia.
1,
Tortellini,
4.
2.
peppers and onions.
That's it? Like no sausage to put them on?
It's
or
sausage,
anything?
peppers, and onions. It's typically
Like a
4.
bun, you know? Mm. I mean, I guess with the sausage, peppers, and onions, I give it like a 3, 4, maybe even.
fettuccine carbonara. Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. We are giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. We want to know what's your favorite drinking song. Bmms and what that is to 82945. A case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy. Make sure you get your text to us. Bmms and whatever that is to 82945.
It's on.
All right, we're in the third stage of Taser Time Trivia. Lindsay's all strapped up. Gimpy's got the questions. Let's start. Question 1.
Lindsay, question number 1. What are the names of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man? What are the names of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man?
Oh. I think they all end in Y, if I'm not mistaken. Like Pinky.
Okay.
Pinky Blinky, maybe. Winky.
Sleepy, dopey.
Yeah, exactly. You said there's 4.
What are the names
There's
of the
a-
4 ghosts in Pac-Man?
I think one of them's pink, so I'm gonna go with Pinky.
Okay.
And one of them is, I believe, white. No, not basing that one on the color. Pinky.
That one's name is Honky. They all end in Y.
Yes. Blinky. And then one's, is it blue and purple?
Okay.
I don't know.
So,
Pinky, Blinky.
Pinky, Blinky. I'm just writing down your answers
Blinky.
so I don't forget. Okay. Pinky, Blinky. You need 2 more. What are the names of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man?
Winky.
Winky.
And
1 more.
we'll go with, I don't, Doc. I don't know.
There's no way.
Blinky, Blinky.
If
Winky and Doc.
anyone knows this, insanely impressive. If someone knows this, it's insanely impressive.
Yeah, I didn't know all 4 of them.
Yeah, no.
So you're going with Pinky, Blinky, Winky, and Doc.
And Doc. Yeah, 'cause I don't know. Pinky, Blinky, Winky, Doc.
The names of the 4 ghosts in Pac-Man. You say Pinky, Blinky, Winky, and Doc.
I know. The mouse went up the clock. Yeah.
The answers are Inky. That's the blue one.
Inky.
Inky, Blinky, Pink Lee,
Oh.
not Pinky, Pink Lee, and Clyde.
Oh. Oh.
There's no rhyme or reason.
No, but that's why I went with Doc.
Clyde.
Oh,
Clyde.
oh you son of a bitch.
It has like no logic in it at all.
No, not at all. No.
Blinky Inky makes sense because it's blue. Clyde. Clyde's the orange one, by the
I
way.
knew there was like an odd man out. That's why I went with the Doc.
Clyde's the white one.
100%.
Right.
100%. All right,
All right,
question
Lindsay.
2.
Question number 2. In which state was the first McDonald's opened? In which state was the first McDonald's opened? There's 50 choices.
Yeah. And
about provinces?
Doesn't count, man. They're not official states.
I want to say it's
Territories
somewhere
don't count.
I'll help you. The answer is not
Midwest.
high.
Right. I want to say it's somewhere in the Midwest.
Somewhere in the Midwest.
Yes.
Okay. I need to know which state was the first McDonald's opened.
I want to say Illinois for some reason. But Golden Arches. McDonald's. Could it be a M state? Maybe it was Missouri standing out for some reason too. I'll stick with my gut and say, oh man, no, Golden Arches, maybe.
Which
St.
state
Louis.
was the first McDonald's
Missouri.
opened? Which state was the first McDonald's
Oh,
opened?
good. This is tricking me now.
I love when that happens when you talk yourself out of an answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because but that's just Golden Arch. That's where okay, I'm going to stick with my gut and say Illinois.
Illinois is your final answer.
That it was a rich man from Illinois that decided, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. After great deliberation, she says Illinois, the first state that McDonald's was opened in is California.
Oh! You don't. Oh.
What?
He's just playing with me.
What? I'm not playing with you. You're just anticipating it. Listen, here's the thing.
That's good.
Question 3.
All right.
I was going to say, I would have said Illinois.
Really? Why?
Yeah, Illinois or Indiana. Because I feel like that's a trick question because it was there. And then Kroc, is that his name? And then he moved it, like he bought it from the brothers and then moved it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Last one here, Lindsay. Hopefully you won't get shocked 3 times. The question is, how many days after John F. Kennedy's assassination was Lee Harvey Oswald shot? How many days after JFK's assassination was Lee Harvey Oswald shot?
Good Lord.
That's a good question. That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the timeline?
No.
Talk it out on the microphone.
Okay. Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes. How many days after JFK's assassination was he shot?
Was he the one that they said that shot JFK? Right?
How
come
many
on, you
days
helped him
after
with
JFK's
flamingos.
assassination?
How did I help him with
Or he
flamingos?
helped you.
How did he had the flamingo question?
What did you help him with? The
I didn't
first
help him with
question?
anything. I made fun of him in his periodical
He
chart.
volunteered information.
Okay,
He didn't
yeah.
help me.
Okay. I'll say a month. 31. No, I'll even go less. 30 days.
30 days after JFK's assassination, Lee Harvey Oswald was shot. That answer is incorrect.
Oh! Thanks for making it short and quick.
That's what she said.
Hey now, two days after Kennedy's assassination, he was shot. Do you know who shot Lee Harvey Oswald?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you're not going to get any bonus points. It's just fun if you knew it.
No, I already got shot.
You know.
Well, the name Bud Dwyer's popping up, but I think that's the guy
He
from
shot
Filter.
himself, yeah.
Yeah, Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby is the one that shot Oswald, yes.
Yeah. Where'd they find him?
Oswald?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea.
And then they found him in a movie theater, I think.
Did they? I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. I know when I went to Dallas when I was on my way to Corpus, I had to stop by that plaza right there.
It's a
just to check
bizarre
it out.
place.
It is. And I look up and I'm like, holy cow, that's where he was at. That's where he pulled the trigger at.
Yeah, it's bricked over.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
they have a spot on the concrete
Yeah.
where Kennedy was it's wild.
Yeah, it's wild down there. Dealey Plaza. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. All right. We're giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. What's your favorite drinking song? A case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy. BMMS and what that is to 82945. We're going to give away some beer when we come back.
Tulsa's Morning Show is coming right back. The Big Mad Morning Show. Tulsa's Rock.
All
right.
Is what negates it for me.
Well, right. So toys, they have sex toys. Toys are for children.
No, they also have toys for adults.
Like?
Drills.
Right.
Okay.
Big boy toys.
Big boy toys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And for the big
Beach
girls,
toys.
Yeah. Okay.
Lake toys.
Okay.
Toys is synonymous across the board.
Uh-huh.
Dolls, 94% associated with children, specifically
Yes.
girls.
Okay.
So it's a little bizarre.
A little weird. To each is their own.
Mm.
I'm not going to spend $2,700 on one of those real live looking sex dolls. That's just for
I'll
me.
take the bait. How much would you spend?
Yeah.
What is your top out
My top out
on sex dolls?
If I was to purchase a sex doll, now obviously, yeah, you could go and get one of those $50 jobbies that they always look surprised or whatever. But I would like to have, if I was going to get one, it would be one of those real dolls, right? But I'm not. Maybe $1,000, maybe $1,000, and that's a lot. That's a lot,
right,
man.
Let me, I can speak Gimpy. He is not saying he would spend $1,000 on it.
Right.
Okay.
He's saying gun to the head.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
I think if he were going to buy one, that would not be the price point he'd shop at. He's saying if he had, like, the most.
Right.
It would have to be a utopian world. Probably would have had won $1 billion lottery. Like,
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, if I'm winning a lottery, then yeah, I want to get the high end one, man. Spend, $3,500, get everything that feels real, maybe one that's like got AI and can
If you
talk
won
back
the-
to you a little bit.
If you won the lottery, you wouldn't need to buy a sex doll. You'd have women lined up if you won the lottery.
not if you don't trust people and you don't want them around. You think all they want is money.
Boom. That real life sex doll ain't taking me to the cleaners. I'll be taking her to the cleaners, but she ain't taking me. Nay, nay.
Do you take a job as a rich person sex toy cleaner?
No.
How much are we getting paid? That's the real
Minimum wage.
question.
Minimum wage.
I'm not getting paid $7.50 to go
Everybody needs a job.
to go scrub out some rich person's sex doll.
Okay, but you get to, sorry. However, you then get to be in their house when they're not there, like as a house
I
caretaker.
get to use all their
Yeah,
luxuries, so
yeah.
that means I get to drive the cars.
Probably not the cars, but you get to use their house.
Nah, I'm out then. If all I get is one room.
No,
and I
like
get
they're
to
not
use
there, so you can have the kitchen, you get to do the pool, like whatever. When they're not
Absolutely.
there, you're the caretaker.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to sleep in their luxurious bed with their 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton
Sure.
sheets. You
They're
see what I'm
not.
saying?
Yeah, but they're not putting a futon
Right.
in your room.
Even then, if I don't have access to all the amenities that you have, we're talking, cars, boats, jet skis, private, planes, whatever, then I don't want any part. I would, if I had access to all that, sure, I'd do it for minimum wage. Why not?
Yeah, young me, access to all that stuff? Sure.
Yeah.
Every job's got hard days. I've told the story. I was a dog walker in San Francisco. The only difference between that job and any other job is I put the crap in my hand. That's the only difference.
Exactly.
Every job has bad things you got to deal with.
Absolutely.
And that one just happens to be the job.
Right. So, it is what it is. But look, I get to throw house parties, when they're gone, invite my friends over.
You're jeopardizing your job at that point.
Absolutely. But, hey, ride the wave while you can, right?
I saw that there's a sex toy, because I have remote control sex toys, but it's always been like a handheld thing.
Right.
Now they have, it's like an app on your phone connected via Bluetooth, and you can do all these like finger like drawing things on it, then transfers to the sexual device with the woman. And I'm like, that's really fascinating. So then I went down the rabbit hole of weird sex toys.
Okay.
They have a rose quartz crystal shaped phallic looking sex toy.
Okay.
So it's, what quartz is, right? It's like countertop.
Yeah.
Very similar to granite, except it's man made. Very shiny, heat resistant, but heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh, okay, I'm the only one that thinks that's weird.
It
Okay.
is weird and probably expensive.
$200. Big T's Rub My Ducky Classic. It is for the bathtub. It is a sex toy that looks like a rubber ducky and has a vibration to it. So think of the bill and all the other angles that are on it. Another one, a vibrator in the shape of a hammer.
Whoa. Really puts the meaning to pound it, huh?
Going to Pound Town.
Oh, God.
A tentacle dildo.
I have seen those.
They're so scary.
Weird looking, right? And I'm like, why?
This is one for guys. I've never seen this before. It has a name. It's called a godemeki. And it's a 2. I want to say to 82945. We are giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. We do it on Fridays, and we ask you, what's your favorite drinking song this week? Case of Leinenkugel Summer Shandy is up for grabs. And what you do is you send a text with that answer, BMMS and whatever that is, to 82945. Go to the phones. Katie is on. Hey, Katie, how are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing great. How are you?
Tell us, what is your favorite drinking song?
Okay, just for drinking, not for like hanging, but Limp Bizkit, Break Stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that's a banger, right?
Hell yeah, it is.
I mean, if I'm with you and we're drinking and this song comes on and your eyes light up and the 1,000-foot stare, I'm terrified.
And you should be. Like, I'm not throwing the whole hot dog flavored water album on, but this song, come on.
What are you drinking?
Hot dog flavored
water.
What you got? Well, okay, what you got, yeah.
All right, I have a question for you, Katie. What's the most trouble you've been in from drinking?
Oh, I can't tell you that.
Yes, you can. We're all friends here.
Well, you know, I've been in trouble with Johnny Law a couple times over partying.
Yeah, did you get in a fight?
A little drunk in public, a little rowdy on the beach type stuff.
What do you have to be doing drunk in public to get arrested?
You know, getting naked usually.
Nice.
Yeah. What are you doing later?
Oh, Gimpy. You don't happen to have a BMW Ninja, do you? Gimpy, tell her exactly what she's going to get. You know, when I get to drinking, I like to play. Simply to remind me how awesome I am. Here's a case of Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. Back to you, Corbin. Hang on the line so Gimpy can get your info and be able to get the information on how to pick up your Get Naked juice, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
All right, Katie, you too. I forgot to bring this up, and whether it's going to happen or not, who knows? It hardly matters to me, but it does play into those that yell the loudest usually are the ones the most guilty. And the Harrison Butker thing, these stories are coming out about men he has slept with.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And who knows if it's true? Who knows? It could just be like, people being catty and stupid. But if he had this past that he was, people kept quiet for him and then he starts being, off center.
Right.
To what they know him as, they may be less likely to keep his secrets secret. So it'll be wild to see him do this and then come out that he has had relationships with men in the past. To me, that'll be insane.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. It probably isn't. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Not to me, it doesn't matter.
Right, but I'm sure to some people it does. Whatever.
Well, the hypocritical part of it is the part
exactly.
that's hilarious, right? Anybody who's like damns any group of people, you're like, okay, slow down.
Right.
A-Pod. The Dodgers will not get to see one of their up-and-coming pitchers on the mound this season. Los Angeles starting pitcher Emmett Sheehan underwent surgery to repair the ulnar collateral ligament in his throwing elbow and will be sidelined for the rest of the season. The 24-year-old was 4-1 with a 4.92 ERA through 13 appearances and 11 starts in his first season in the big leagues last summer. Sheehan experienced forearm inflammation during his first bullpen session of spring training and began the new season on the injured list. The stars of NASCAR will align in North Wilkesboro this weekend. The drivers gather for the All-Star race in North Carolina on Sunday. The field of 20 will battle over the course of 200 laps for a $1 million prize. The day begins with an open race where the top two finishers will gain last-minute qualification into the exhibition. Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and William Byron make up the top five in the Cup Series standings at the break. Chris Kreider carried the New York Rangers to the Eastern Conference Final. The forward scored a third-period hat trick in less than 10 minutes to eliminate the Hurricanes 5-3 in Game 6 of the second-round series from Raleigh. New York won the best-of-7 East Series 4-2 and will face the winner of the Panthers-Bruins matchup in the conference final. Out west, the Canucks edged the Oilers 3-2 in Vancouver to take a 3-2 second-round series lead. Game 6 takes place in Edmonton on Saturday. A pair of Game 6s are on the schedule for Friday. The Panthers are going to try to eliminate the Bruins in Boston, while the Stars are hoping for the same result against the Avalanche in Denver. And that's your Balls to the Wall Sports. I'm Lindsay on 97.5 KMOD.
Balls to the Wall Sports is powered by the award-winning service of Groundworks Tulsa. More of the Big Mad Morning Show is next.
He hit him multiple times. A security guard began fighting with the suspect, and the bar owner began fearing for his life. He told deputies that's when he called 911. And they showed up, arrested him, said he was going to kill everybody. The owner had an injury on his finger from the belt. The guy himself did not have any injuries. The suspect had some scrapes and bruises on his face in his mugshot, though.
That's a very underrated weapon.
Absolutely.
A belt is, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you could do some damage with a belt. Trust me, I know. But to use it in like a street fight is not something you see every day. You hear about guns, knives, crowbars, baseball bats. I appreciate this guy for whipping out his belt.
Yeah, if you're good, like that whole towel whip, that people, if you can do that with a belt.
You could whip the S out of somebody. And you don't even have to towel whip them with it. You could whip them like a slave. Whap! Right across the face. That's going to hurt.
Get the buckle?
Oh, yeah. Well, the buckle's good for handle.
Oh, that's true.
I guess I think of the scene from Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When Jones is in the street and the guy has the sword and he goes,
he's all over here.
And he just pulls out his gun and shoots him.
Right.
So.
Well, everybody knows you don't bring a belt to a gunfight. However.
Apparently you do.
The owner didn't have a gun.
One of them had a gun, right?
Yeah, the bad guy had a gun, but he
Yeah.
decided not to use the gun. I'm going to go a little bit lighter. I'm going to take my belt off and whoop him like a step kid. Mother and daughter kill and grill grandma. See, now that's a headline. This happens in Maryland.
Hats off for the rhyme.
Yeah, right? See, that was
was a good headline.
You told me, you
Kill
just
and
pointed
grill.
out a missed opportunity, and I was like, well, I got one too. So I just changed it real quick.
I love it. Well done.
Mother and daughter kill and grill grandma. What happened was, this happens in Maryland, where police were sent to the home of a 71-year-old Margaret Craig for a welfare check. Margaret hadn't been heard or seen of from the last couple of days, all right? Well, for a couple of days, because they think that this all happened towards the end of May. So the police go over there and they do the welfare check, and that's when they can smell the decomposing body coming from a basement. Okay, so they go down there and they search, and that's where they found 3 different plastic bags with human remains in it, rotting away in the basement. So the story goes that Margaret accused her daughter, who is 44 years old, Candace Craig, of credit card fraud. So that led to an argument betwixt Margaret and Candace, which led to Margaret's death. Okay? So, flash forward a little bit. They say that the 19-year-old daughter of Candace, a woman named Celia Hardy, found the body of Margaret in a plastic bin and then decided to help dismember and dispose of the body. They believe that the 2 women used a chainsaw to cut Granny's body up and then threw the body parts on a grill and a bonfire in attempts to burn and destroy the body parts. Either way, they searched the house. They say that the remains were so badly decomposed that you can't do a physical identification of the body. So they're hoping, and they're 98% sure that DNA testing is going to come back and say, yeah, this is definitely Margaret. Nonetheless, both women were arrested. Candace is being popped for murder, and then Celia has been arrested and being charged with accessory after the fact.
It's one thing to kill somebody, I think. I think it's a completely other to dismember them.
Yeah.
And another for it to be Meemaw.
Right. The human body contains a lot of blood, like more than I want to see at one point in time. So I feel as soon as you start hacking away with a chainsaw, that's just going to be a bloody mess everywhere.
It's like putting together a swing set in your backyard. You're like, I can do this. And then you get in, you're like, I'm going to need some help.
Right. So you call your kids to come help you put the swing set together.
Yeah. If you've ever put together a swing set in the last 5 years, it shows up and you're like, okay, yeah, I could do this. And then on day 2, you're like, we'll put that on later.
Right. Kids don't need a swing, do they?
Yeah.
Nah.
I think the monkey bar sat in my garage for a good year.
They're not going to be able to reach up there and grab it anyway.
Right, exactly. Do you think Mima was a bad person, abusive, maybe?
Are you justifying
have
it?
to be?
Are you implying that if she was, then she probably should be dismembered?
No. But would she have to be for it to be like...
You brought it up.
Okay.
You brought it up. You tell me.
Well, I look at Dexter, like the show Dexter. It was like he was almost like the good bad guy because he was taking out bad people.
No, Dexter was a horrible person.
Oh, see, I looked at him as a good bad guy. He was taking out bad people.
Like a Robin Hood sort of thing. That
Yes.
instead of robbing the rich and giving to the poor, we're just killing bad people. Jack the Ripper is another one, killing the whores of the world.
Yes.
If you think that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dexter was not a good person.
I thought so. I thought he was good.
But he was hurting people. He was killing people for minor things, not huge infractions.
Some of them
bumped into me at the grocery store.
Yeah. Some of them, sure, but not all of them.
Oh, he wasn't doing it for bumping into me
How
at the grocery
dare you
store.
take the last bagel at work?
2 Subway employees shot over too much mayo.
Okay, I was like, sandwich or
Yes.
tunnel?
In Atlanta, police responded to a shooting at a Subway location inside of a Circle K. Reportedly, a customer became irate when too much mayonnaise was squirted onto his sandwich. That's when he allegedly opened fire, hitting 2 female employees, one of which was fatally wounded, and the other is in serious condition. The store's owner says a third employee fired back at the unnamed gunman.
What?
Yeah, but he
A
missed.
third employee. That means the employee had a gun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, by God, we got to save them sandwiches somehow, Corbin.
Yeah. The suspect is in custody. Police said that the woman was 26 years old. A 24-year-old employee was shot in front of her 5-year-old son. She's the one that's in critical condition. The woman was hit twice after she pushed her son out of the way under the counter to keep him from being hurt. The co-owner of the Subway said that a third worker had definitely shot at the gunman. He missed, but at least he put up a little fight, he said. Atlanta police officer said that this was a case of someone with a gun who didn't know how to resolve conflict without resorting to violence. They did not release the identity of the worker who was killed because they were still waiting for family members to be informed, but said both of the employees were young women who had just started at the location about 3 weeks ago. And the customer had been in the Subway location before without ever having an incident. The interim chief of police said so far arguments are the majority cause of homicides this year in Atlanta.
There's a lot going on in this story.
Boy, I tell you.
Your 5-year-old kid was there?
Yeah.
That's what I thought was bizarre. Okay, I get it. You got to go to work and can't find a babysitter, but
Or can't afford one.
Or I
Can't
was
afford
thinking
one.
too, or maybe she was going to get off in like 20 minutes and, maybe the dad dropped the child off. And
No, that's also not okay.
yeah, I know.
It's a weird thing for the 5-year-old to be there. Two, another employee had a gun on him.
Yeah.
The other thing too with Subways, they're everywhere.
right.
There was a time that I believe there were more Subways than McDonald's and Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and all that. They were the most widely dispersed chain.
Yeah, especially for sub sandwiches. Faux show. They had the corner market there, but then some other places started.
I think they're
coming
still pretty high up on the
out.
list.
You think so?
Absolutely. They're everywhere. You go anywhere, there's a Subway.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Anywhere.
Inside,
They're so
gas stations
easy.
and stuff.
It's not like a Chick-fil-A, right? Like you go, there are towns that just don't have Chick-fil-A's. I would bet almost every town has a Subway
Oh, yeah.
sandwich shop.
And if you're putting too much mayonnaise on mine, I'm giving you a tip. If I don't have to ask for it.
here's the deal. You can tell them to stop anytime because
Yeah.
you're sitting there watching them make your sandwich. You see how much of everything that they put on. You could have been like, whoa, 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 dial it back on the mayonnaise,
Yeah.
man.
Or you can say light mayo or
Right, but what's light mayo?
light on the mayo.
Yeah, but how much is
so
light? Your light
a
and
little
my light are
squirt.
not the same.
Yeah.
And I'm the artist here.
All right. These are the most
True.
popular sandwich chains in America. Okay? This is what it says. Blimpie? Have you ever had a Blimpie?
Yeah.
I have, but it's not most popular.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most locations,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Because I can name my favorite sandwich shop, but it's not everywhere.
Right.
And I would wager the majority of people in this town have never eaten at it, right? So you can't go with most popular. You have to have which sandwich shop has the most locations.
Largest sandwich chain in the U.S. Oh, here we go. Fun. This is as of 2020, so it's a couple of years old. But it says largest sandwich chain. So does that quantify?
I think so, yeah.
As it could be.
Sure.
Okay. Continue to the site. Subway comes in at number 6.
Oh.
It has their rankings on.
What's
here.
number one?
I gotta scroll down. It doesn't have the number 1 listed on the quick list.
Well, what's number 5?
Listen, here's how it goes. 6, 18, 34, 46, 58, 63, 69, 89, 99, 100. There's nothing really. It says rank in there.
Okay. So, all right. So the list you're looking at, those are sandwich ones on the list. So the number 1 sandwich shop is Subway, but it comes on number 6 of all, like probably fast food.
Probably so. U.S. sales and U.S. units. Subway did 10,000. This is the 2019 numbers. Did $10,000 in 2019 with 23,801 units. So is that sandwiches sold?
Or locations.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: is when you go. There's been many times I haven't said light mustard or whatever, but sometimes I get more and sometimes I get less. There's no consistency with the.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of that's on the sandwich maker, sandwich artist, whatever you want.
I am confident that after her 2 weeks of working there, she had diligent training.
She sat back there and watched the videos, man, before she started the job.
There's no video.
There's no orientation videos.
Watch Spider. Make sure you powder your balls. We're changing. It's not patio parties. It's now powder your balls parties.
I like that. Are you going to bring the powder? Are you going to be doing the powdering? Who's powdering?
Every patio party
Powder
since the
before you
age of time.
Right.
Every single one.
Powder them up.
Absolutely.
Do you just like put a pile on like the
patio weather? I went into the Owasso location, got gelato with my daughter.
Yeah.
And first of all, the staff there was great. My daughter dropped her gelato. They instantly got her a new one with no questions asked. Then she dropped spoon after spoon. And they were very accommodating. So sorry to that location.
Can't wait till they leave.
But they had super dark chocolate, which is something I've never had before.
Really? You never had that?
No, but it was amazing.
And
it's like cake batter. It's delicious.
The super dark chocolate is not gelato. It is sorbetto. It is
Tell me the difference.
Well, sorbetto is dairy-free. It's water instead of cream. So, especially people with dairy issues, that's their jam because most sorbettos are going to be very fruit-based. And because, again, you don't really need a cream raspberry, which, again, if you bought raspberry ice cream, that is going to be cream and raspberry. But sorbetto is more tart. But we created a sorbetto chocolate in that. And so if you are dairy-ish issues, that's your jam.
Or sorbetto, yeah. Yes, it's amazing. I knew it'd be good, but it was amazingly good.
I'm digging it.
Because you guys had the chocolate cake one for a while, and this tastes better than that.
It's the super dark. It's the double.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes to 11.
Especially if I could have got it with the milk one. What's the
just milk?
Yeah, the milk gelato.
Just straight up milk. Yeah.
Is it Olay?
No, that's the olive oil gelato.
Okay.
I I just totally blanked on my Italian.
But I mean, so good. Highly recommend. And pizzas right now. Do you see a shift in pizzas from cold temperatures to warmer temperatures, or when it gets hot? Like people tend to order this one a lot in the summer.
It is interesting the dynamic shifts that happen in that you would think a hot item will not be sold as often, but pizza happens all year round. With that said, meat-heavy pizzas sold more in winter, kind of like beers and porters are sold more in winter, and then lighter pizzas like the DeMarco. Well, the DeMarco just kind of kills all year round, but something like the Florentine with spinach and artichoke, with the air of being quasi-healthy, does pretty well in the spring. So yeah, they do shift.
Yeah. We recently had a wedding, and Andolini's was the food for the wedding, and it was a hit.
Weddings are our jam. We love to see you get married with our cheese on bread.
Yeah, and you guys deliver it too, which is always a super nice thing. You don't send someone to go get it.
There's a real interesting cultural shift that happened like a decade ago where people realized that if this is our day, why are we doing something that we don't love? So pizza being this thing that is pretty universally loved and having the best version of it, which is what we aspire to do, is what makes for a great wedding. And the amount of pizza weddings that we've been a part of is just astronomical at this point. I think we cater more weddings in Tulsa. I would love to see the numbers because I think we've catered more weddings in Tulsa than any caterer.
And you guys don't just do pizza for catering. You can do anything.
We can do it all.
Well, think about Andolini's for Memorial Day or days at the pool or after baseball games, before baseball games. And don't forget about the gelato and look for the pizza truck around town as well. We're doing Friggin' A Friday, and the question is, what's your favorite drinking song? And as a music dork, self-proclaimed, in all the best ways, what would be your favorite drinking song? Or if you were going to put one on in the bar area of one of your establishments, what would be the song you would want?
So when I hear drinking song, I think of people around a bar drinking, maybe even singing. And I don't think of a better song for a group of people to sing and drink to than Piano Man.
Ooh, good one.
Now, I think most people defer to drinking songs as like a country thing, or what's the song to drink alone to, or what? I think purely communal drinking, people singing Piano Man, drunk, and it sounds great with more drunk people singing it. That's the key to a great drinking song, is the more drunk people singing it, and everyone knows the words. I think you could throw Sweet Caroline in there, but for me, anything Billy Joel, especially that.
I think that's probably the best explanation or definition we've heard yet. Is it's a communal, something everybody sings together. Friends in Low Places comes to mind.
Yeah,
I think that's a great pick. We want to know from you, what is your willy-nilly? Anything you want to talk about? Bring up something new. Go back to something. What is the biggest irrational fear you know the others on the show have? Lindsay.
Ooh.
What is the biggest irrational fear you know the others on the show have?
Well, I'm not for certain, but I would say for Mike, probably if the world stopped eating pizza all of a sudden, or had there was an outbreak of a pizza allergy.
Okay.
That'd be awful. For Gimpy, man, if the prices went up on motorcycle parts on Amazon, those skyrocketed. Corbin, your irrational fear is probably if I were to suddenly die and you'd have to live without me. There you go.
That's irrational?
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah.
This is very rational fears. Abandonment and price gouging.
Yeah.
Right? I think we were looking for like mayonnaise.
Right. I agree. Gimpy?
That's a good one, man. I want to say for Corbin, it's going to be people in general. Yeah, human contact.
In his home.
Just in general. Just in general. For Lindsay, I would say her irrational fear is probably, let's go with, I don't know, one of her purses busts open. She's got a lot of handbags. I don't know, man. This is a silly-ass question. And for Mike, let's go with gerbils.
I scatter when I see All other rodents, I'm good with. Rats, all day. Gerbils, I'm out.
Mike, you want to participate?
It's hard because it's your irrational fear. Like, I don't know your phobias per se. I could guess.
Yeah.
Just purely guess. Someone in here is dairy, so let's go.
Statistically, someone in this room is dairy.
Or better yet, there is a condiment that one of you is vastly opposed to. Maybe something fish-based because of all the stuff you've done in the show. So I'm going to say some type of fish oil for you, Corbin. For Lindsay, I would say, again, guessing, magic markers because of the smell and sound.
Okay.
Fair. And for Gimpy, an irrational fear. So hard.
Makes sense.
Male. Because you don't know what's coming on the other
Men
eye.
in general? Or
No.
Oh,
male, M-A-I-L.
Oh, okay.
Like that male, I don't know what's in there. It's just hating the male.
Yeah. Lindsay's is clowns. Gimpy's is lemons.
Yeah.
See?
Mike's is gluten.
Wheat.
Yeah. If you could go on an all expenses paid luxury vacation, where would you go? Lindsay.
I would go to Greece for sure. Take me all over. Athens, take me to Rhodes. I want to see Greece.
Gimpy.
Pakistan. No. I like the idea of going to Japan and having some fresh sushi would be all right. Yeah.
Like it moving?
Yeah. Here, eat this octopus that's still alive.
Yeah. Mike?
I think that's a great choice because Japan's expensive as all hell. I'll go Maldives.
There you go.
Be a basic B and call it Maldives. Let's go with that.
I don't hate that. I'll go Spain. I'll go Spain. All expenses, so all the good food, all the good restaurants, all the best hotels.
Yeah.
Spain's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I like that. Mike, have you seen someone come in and eat an astronomical amount of pizza or food? One where the staff was just in awe.
Yeah, for sure. We had the Atlas dude, the dude who does YouTube stuff, come in, and he broke down how to eat the most amount of food for a human because he had a full Tembissimo and a full DeMarco with garlic knots and a beer in under 40 minutes.
Damn.
And I was like, how do you do that? Like, he said, my body and any human body in general can handle about, at max, 7.5 pounds of food. So his whole thing was not what is the food. He was fanatical about weighing it before we did the contest. And he's like, if it's under 6.5, I'm good. Nothing, whatever you got, I'll be fine. And so seeing him do that, also interesting point, he's behind a table. It looks like he's sitting down. He's not. He's on his knees to elongate his stomach. So he could be like fully upright.
I mean, he took physics completely into account.
So I've seen that, and after that, I was like, okay, nothing else can really top that. Now I understand the Joey Chestnut mindset and how to pull it off.
Well, we talk sometimes about people that own businesses and stuff like that. Some businesses do a novel, if you can eat the world's biggest steak type of thing.
Yeah.
Where is your guidance on that, or as a consumer when you see a restaurant that does that?
It's a ploy and it's a hope. It's basically a game. It's all good. My first restaurant I worked at was a steak restaurant, and it had the 49er, and it was just if you ate the 49-ounce steak, you got to get your plate on the wall. That way they still got their money. I think there's a thing if you ate 2 of them that you then got it for free. So they really heavily limited, but that you had to drop $300 if you did it. So you're betting that people are not going to be able to pull this off, and that you're going to make the money, and that they're going to come and bring their friends and take photos, and it's going to be a net positive and build fanfare. That's the whole game of it. But where do I land on if it's a good idea? It's just it's a lot of effort in a manner that people get particular about it. Like, hold on, you didn't say this, you didn't say this. You have the propensity to maybe piss off the customer, so I just kind of stay away from them.
And from the making sprockets standpoint, you've got to have that on hand.
Yeah, for sure.
And those things, like a steak goes, I would imagine a 49-ounce steak goes bad.
Yeah. At the steak restaurant I was at, it was a popular thing. They knew how to play it. But for us, if we said, hey, eat the Tembo or the DeMarco, it's an active thing. Like we said, hey, if you want to come in and eat this, if you pound it all, I'll give it to you for free. And I think I've had 2 people do it, but I don't actively promote that as a contest.
Was it like at that steakhouse? Was it like the movie The Great Outdoors where they had to eat the fat and all?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah. When you those things, you have to finish everything.
Clean your plate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't imagine you do that and you leave like one fry and they're like, nope.
Like,
nah.
And that all comes down to the restaurant owner. Like the Atlas dude was telling us how there's a lot of people who are super cool about it, people that are jerks about it. The Man versus Food guy came here to tell us, I think he did back in the day, Joe Mama's and some other places. Like, it's a game. And you have to know how much your body can handle. But from the restaurant owner, it's a game of, will this make profit? Will people fail to the propensity that we are profitable?
Right. It's a balance of marketing and profit, right?
Exactly.
Interesting question. Do you think a blind person sees the white flash if they get hit in the head hard enough? Lindsay?
Oh, that's a good question. I would think so, or maybe it would get brighter. Yeah. Why not?
Gimpy?
No, they're blind. They don't see anything.
Mike?
There's levels of blind, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like full blackout blind, and then there's legally blind. So I think full blackout blind, no. Legally blind, yes.
I think it depends on did you ever see color? Right? Have you been blind from birth? How do you explain bright to a blind person? How do you explain white? No, don't. Don't reference the movie.
You know me too well.
This is hot. This is cold. Mask is the movie. Cher. Red. Yeah. You know the movie?
I do.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. What's his name is a fantastic actor in that. Eric Stoltz.
Eric
Yeah.
Stoltz.
Yes.
I thought that was really
a real person.
I thought he really had elephantitis.
It is a real person.
It is a real person, yeah.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah, but I thought the actor in it, I thought that they really got a guy who had it. He looked so convincing.
Could they make that movie today? Could he play a guy with that today?
There was other stuff that was like precarious in there, like the biker gang and Cher and the Allman Brothers. Like all of that was in the mix on that movie.
God, that movie's so good. So good. He gets the hottest girl.
Right.
Right.
This is white. I think that to explain, if they know what bright is, I mean, they dream, right? People that are blind dream, so they see things in their dreams. It's kind of like when you read a book, right? And if you read a book and Mike reads the same book, your vision of the settings in the book are completely different. I think the same thing is true for blind people that dream and see things. So I don't think they see a white thing. I think they see something, but I don't know if they would describe it as white. Do you have to lose? You have to lose one forever. Pizza, beer, chicken wings, or Mexican food, Lindsay. You have to lose one forever. Pizza, beer, chicken wings, or Mexican food.
That's easy. Beer. Bye-bye beer. I haven't really, aside from today, and maybe I might have a beer once a month. Maybe. That's even, yeah. So beer's easy for me. I gave it up a couple of years ago, so.
Gimpy.
Pizza. Sorry, Mike. I like me some fried chicken, wings, and Mexican food and beer, so I got to get rid of
He's not
pizza.
a giant pizza fan.
Yeah.
Apparently. Oh, and that's fine. That's your journey.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think I hurt his feelings.
You think that's the first time someone's told Mike they don't like pizza?
It's rare.
It's okay.
A certain group of people do it.
He'll drink up all your beer, though.
All right.
Pizza, beer, chicken wings, or Mexican food, Mike? Gotta lose one.
Chicken wings, like that assumes there's a bone in on the wing. There's like 40 other ways to eat chicken. I'm good. Get rid of the wings. I can still have my chicken fix.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Get rid of the chicken wings. I love Mexican food too much. I love pizza too much, and I love beer too much. So,
yeah,
I'm good with losing the chicken wings. Just wanted to thank Mike. Had a great picnic in the park last weekend. By the way, that chocolate cake gelato is awesome. And I don't go to the downtown spot enough. Is that patio area new?
The parklet is new since COVID, so I mean, kinda 3 years, and then the patio in general has been there since day one. But every day is a new adventure. So come on, and we'll see you.
And you are quickly developing a reputation on the show. With this question, you'll know what I mean. Willy-nilly for Mike, who are your picks, and I'm going to use the acronym, for MITB?
Okay.
For those who don't know, that is Money in the Bank. For men, I think L.A. Knight, but kind of hoping it's Dirty Dom. Women, I thought it would be Tiffany, but I don't know now that she is under fire, so maybe Lyra Valkyria.
They're going to do King and Queen of the Ring first, which is going to throw things off. And I think they're going to, under the Paul Levesque era, going to do people that you don't see coming. So who do I think is going to win? Maybe main event Jey Uso.
They're really pushing Uso.
Yeah, they're going to push him hard. And then for the female, I think it's going to be not Jade Cargill. I think she's most likely.
For those who don't know, we were talking about wrestling.
Yes.
Mike loves his wrestling. Who picks the Friday questions? That is done by Brady, does them, and we just grilled him during the break, and he told us to chill out, which we said, yes, sir.
Of course.
It's bigger than all of us combined. Yeah.
While filming Mask, Eric Stoltz would show up and leave set in full Mask costume.
That's awesome.
Yeah, him and Daniel Day-Lewis, man, the same.
Right.
Was that pre or post Back to the Future? That was pre Back to the Future.
Good question.
Mask came out in 85.
It's got to be about, I think Back to the Future is 85 too.
Yeah.
So who was Stoltz? He wasn't in.
He was Marty, and they said you're playing it too straight, and he got fired.
Right. He was supposed to be Marty.
There's a solid 3 weeks of filming of footage of him as Marty, and they called an audible, and Michael J. Fox had to film Family Ties throughout the day, and then film that at night. And that's why a lot of the shots are at night in Back to the Future, because they're like, this Eric Stoltz guy ain't working. We need someone with some level of comedic ability.
How bad do you have to be to get fired from a movie after 3 weeks? I would think pretty bad. And not bad, just not a fit might be better.
They said we chose a great actor. What we needed was a great comedic...
A timing person.
Yeah, someone who just could say, you built a time machine out of a DeLorean, and have that line be comical and not like scary and deathly.
Right, that natural, aloof silliness that comes along with J. Fox's delivery. Have you seen the outtakes of that?
Yeah.
Are they solid? Like, are they really that? They're like, whoa, that does not
There's
work.
There's him in the diner with like Biff, and he's playing it straight. Like, he's like, you know, like, I'm being attacked by a bully. How do I react?
Like an after-school special type of feeling?
Exactly.
Movie for Lifetime.
Yeah. I forgot that was a thing. I would love to see that.
Do you think that if it would have been Eric Stoltz instead of Michael J. Fox would have been as big a star as he is if he hadn't had Back to the Future?
He was filming Teen Wolf also simultaneously. There was a few days where he was filming all three things. So it's the question, would Teen Wolf have launched him like Back to the Future? I would say no. I think he would be an Andrew McCarthy-esque 1980s character. But he also didn't have a ton of movies after that. Like, he had Mr. Hollywood. He was a TV actor who had arguably one of the biggest movies of all time in the 80s. But there you go.
So, okay. Best Eric Stoltz movie? Mask is good.
Pulp Fiction.
He plays the drug dealer.
Mm-hmm. So many years
he's
apart.
in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Memphis Belle, he's good in. Yeah. He did, it fell apart. Say Anything, Jerry Maguire.
But he didn't have leading
right.
parts in those.
It says he was in Singles, but I don't remember him in that movie.
I feel like after The Mask, he was one of those actors is like, oh, hey, that's the guy from The Mask when you see him in a movie.
Right. Do you know the movie Singles? About Seattle music scene?
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder's in it. Matt Dillon, right?
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz is in it. Do you know who he plays?
I've seen it once.
The mime. In the movie Singles, there's a mime scene where he gets in a fight. Somebody gets in a fight with a mime, and the mime, he's such a great such a great actor. I think Campbell Scott gets in a fight with Eric Stoltz, who's the mime. And yeah, that's a short list.
I think we significantly alienated 98% of the audience, at least, and 2% super stoked about this.
Also educating people
about the history of Eric Stoltz.
Yes.
I could do this all day, just so we're clear.
Me too.
I think he's a great actor that he should have never taken Back to the Future. Gosh, I want to interview him. I want to ask him, like, do you feel like
I don't think he's
that
ever
messed up your career?
I think he's never answered any question about Back to the Future. I think it's a point of contention for him.
Oh, one of those, you can ask me anything you want except for that.
How old was he when he did that?
Oh,
probably early 20s, just like Jay Fox.
Yeah. Okay. So he would have been 24 because he was born in 61.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty young in your career.
Mm-hmm.
So you go, do you think surely he got guidance on that set of like, this is what we're looking for, because they knew who they casted. There's no way his on-film demo, or did they give it to him sight unseen?
I believe also Michael J. Fox and him both went, and they wanted Michael J. Fox, but he was committed to Family Ties. And they were like, this isn't working. We got to get Michael J. Fox. We got to get him. He was so much better. And they're like, well, how are we going to do it? We'll pick him up. We'll change the shooting. We'll do it at night. We'll fix everything. And they're like, all right, fine, let's go.
The world needs Alex P. Keaton.
We're totally out of time and everything, but I don't care. Have you watched Man in Full with Jeff Daniels?
No, I've not seen that.
On Netflix, and Diane Keaton. Jeff Daniels plays a Southern man. It's fantastic. And the guy who played the brother on Ozark, and he has a giant prosthetic penis. It's highly entertaining.
Sold.
You had him at prosthetic penis.
Fallout. Are you watching Fallout on Amazon
Fallout.
Prime?
I am not watching. It's harder to watch stuff these days, and it's like TikTok's much more easy. If TikTok tells me to watch something,
We talk a lot about TV shows and movies, so I felt like
I used to watch way more than I do today, and part of that's work. But yeah, the shows I'm catching on is mostly just comedy shows
and wrestling,
and because you could just bounce on it at any moment. There's no like, did I miss something?
Right, you can watch it whenever.
Yeah.
Listen. There's also some good things that happen at Andolini's besides TV Talk and Eric Stoltz. Can we get an Eric Stoltz tribute picture in the locations?
Oh my gosh.
With mask?
No. The Eric Stoltz Memorial Corner.
The Memorial Corner. I think that's doable. Submit to me your photos that you would prefer to be on the dais of Eric Stoltzhood, and I will make this happen.
The underappreciated actor wall inside Andolini's locations. And you can put it like in the hallway near the kitchen. Like not very many people see it because it's underappreciated.
There's so many underappreciated. We go down that road.
But it's got to be like Eric Stoltz type of underappreciated.
Sean Astin, right there.
Come on, he's in one of the biggest movies of all time.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. His leading role in Toy Soldiers never got its due.
Yeah, but he was also in 2 massive movies.
Okay.
So that's not underappreciated. Eric Stoltz, underappreciated. Any role he got after his biggest movies were, nods like, I like him. Put him in Pulp Fiction.
I agree.
Got to be like, people are like, Eric Stoltz, what was he?
Put Sean Astin on the wall, though, too, if it makes you happy.
I love Sean Astin.
I do, too.
Yeah.
He came to my high school
It can't be who you like.
It has to be who you like Andrew McCarthy and like the whole cast of Taps minus Tom Cruise.
Right.
I mean, you can't see Thomas Howell obviously was a stud.
See Thomas Howell's I'm a massive fan. Great guy. Big Andolini's fan, mind you.
Yeah. A new Tulsa guy. Like loves Tulsa, apparently.
I'll happily make a C. Thomas Howell wall as well.
All right, we got to take a break. Okay. Make sure you go to Andolini's Memorial Day. Think about them for weddings. Don't forget about the gelato. We are giving away beer, too, right now. We want to know, what's your favorite drinking song? Bmms and what that is to 82945. Case of Line and Kugel's Summer Shandy. Take a break, and we'll be back.
At least go in there and take that little brush and whirl around a little bit.
Yeah, but you didn't.
You didn't, exactly. But, I mean, it is what it is. Everybody poops. Everybody has that, whatever you may need a knife for. It's okay.
Bidet, dude. Bidet. Bidet.
Right. I get it. That cleans the skid marks off of your end, but I mean, this is down on the porcelain. I don't think it works like that.
Eat some fiber. What's the strangest type of bird that you'd be willing to eat, such as a shoebill stork? You know what a shoebill stork is, Lindsay?
No.
Look it up. Look up shoebill stork. Shoebill stork. It will, if I remember correctly, this is a very bizarre-looking bird. It almost looks human-like.
Got a giant honking schnoz.
It is terrifying you in your nightmares. If I remember right, it makes a horrendous sound. A very loud noise. It's not like a beautiful chirping or anything. It's a very loud noise. It's the shoebill stork. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your pick going to be?
Probably a. What's the one? What are the We call him. My husband calls it a Harry Truman, and that's not what its real name. We see
Dropping bombs?
Huh?
Is it just dropping bombs everywhere it flies?
It's the. Now I can't even think of the real name of it. You see them all a blue herring. Is that what it is?
Blue herring?
What? Isn't that a fish?
See them all the time on the.
So it's the ones you see in the ponds, and they got the long legs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Piranha.
The heron, yes.
Great blue heron.
Yes.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity.
Gimpy?
Can I say big?
Huh?
Big?
Bird.
Big bird. Okay.
Oh.
No. If we're going like a legit bird, I'm going to go with the flamingo.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want see if it tastes like shrimp.
Yeah, flamingo or roadrunner,
true.
one of the two.
Yeah, why not? That sounds fine. Penguin. I'm down for some penguin.
Oh, yeah. Some fricasseed penguin.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it getting, I mean, it's cold. It's right there on the ice.
Right.
Who doesn't? Some good penguin. Yum. I'm going to name some dishes. You give me a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being awesome.
Okay.
And 0 being pass.
Okay.
Okay? Lindsay, you're in on this too.
Okay.
10 being
Let's
awesome,
start
0
let's
being
start
nothing.
basic,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Spaghetti. Lindsay?
Oh, 10.
Okay. Gimpy.
3.
Okay. Fettuccine Alfredo. You can
10.
You can say 10.
Could I say 11?
Gimpy?
Oh.
What kind? Is it seafood or is it chicken?
This is just the cheese. This
Just
is no
the
chicken,
sauce
no
and noodles?
Yeah.
0.
Okay. Manicotti. So manicotti, for those who don't know, it's a ricotta. Mostly the time it's a ricotta-based filled noodle.
Big ol' honking noodle, too.
It's a 6 for me.
Okay.
That's a 0 for me, dog.
Okay. Stuffed shells.
6.
Okay. Gimpy.
2. 2, if that. I'm struggling for a 2, bro.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
3.
Wow. Gimpy.
Who's making it?
Whoever your favorites is.
It's even my mom's lasagna. That would rank like a 2 or 3 for me, and that's because it's mom's. So lasagna, just in general, that's a 1.
Chicken parmesan, chicken parmigiana.
9.
Never had it.
What?
Crazy.
It feels crazy.
Yeah. So that's going to be a 0 for me, dog.
Oh my God, dude, chicken. Oh my gosh.
Is it the eggplant and the?
Nope.
That one's good too.
That's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Chicken piccata. Chicken piccata is the lemon chicken. I know. It's lemon.
Yeah, 7.
That's 0.
Oh my God.
Like we went to that fancy Italian place for the boss. What was that, last week? His lunch or whatever. And I'm looking at the menu. I was like,
Mondo's, great Italian restaurant.
Mondo's, I respect them and what they do. It's just Italian is not for me. I'm like, I don't know what to get. Everything on the menu had either mushrooms or lemon on it. And I was just like, what's this stuff with the shrimp? Sounds good. I'll eat the shrimp over the noodles, which is exactly what I did.
I mean, I wanted to see. All right, so let's just go with a couple things here because I'm trying to find fried mozzarella.
I mean, that's just deep
10.
fried cheese. But even then, I want to give it like a 4.
Calamari.
10.
Calamari. I'll go ahead and give that like maybe a 6 or something because I've had calamari at other places that's not Italian food.
Bruschetta or bruschetta.
10.
Was that the fancy bread?
It's most of the time it's toasted little pieces of bread with tomatoes and olive oil and balsamic and basil and
Yes,
stuff.
the extremely stale bread that you chip a tooth on every time you eat it. That's a 0.
Let's see. Let's get spaghetti and meatball ravioli.
Lindsay?
6.
Only if it's Chef Boyardee. Which actually his name was Chef Boyardee, but we had to Americanize it.
Give me your rating, Mr. Wikipedia.
1.
Tortellini.
4.
2.
Peppers and onions.
That's it? Like no sausage to put them on?
It's
or
sausage,
anything?
peppers, and onions. It's typically...
Like a
4.
bun, you know? Mm. I mean, I guess with the sausage, peppers, and onions, I give it like a 3, 4 maybe even.
Fettuccine carbonara.
What's the carbonara part?
Bacon.
Oh.
That's a 5.
What?
1.
Eggplant parmigiana.
Yeah, that's 8.
That's a big 0 for me, homie.
Meatball sub.
Oh, God.
5.
This is getting worse and worse the further we go down. 0, man. That stuff is too messy. It doesn't eat well. You have to have a fork to eat a sandwich. I think that's retarded.
Oh, I like it. Gnocchi.
What? Huh? Oh, okay. I've had that come in like a HelloFresh or something like that once. And I was like, what is this? What is this garbage?
Oh, you didn't enjoy it?
Lindsay.
5.
0.
Oh, my gosh.
I know it sounds crazy, but like when it comes to like the Big Ten of restaurants and foods and stuff, Italian's at the bottom of that list for me, man.
Somebody texted in and said, you think Zio's is delicious? You got to try Luigi's and Skytook. So authentic. I think it's run by the actual Italian mob. I've had Luigi's and Skytook. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It's not like I go to Zio's and I order one of everything.
Right.
Right? I worked there after college, and their 5-cheese pasta, adding chicken to it, was so good.
Yeah.
Their spinach artichoke dip, which isn't Italian, whatever, but it was so good.
Mm-hmm. I just like the brown paper on the tables that give you
918-460-KMOD. You can also text BMMS and then what you want to say to 82945. And we're giving away beer for Friggin' A Friday. We do it every Friday. And today, up for grabs is going to be a case of Line and Kugel Summer Shandy.
Friggin'
Aaron's on the line. Hey, Aaron, how are you?
Good morning, Corbin.
Aaron, what is your favorite drinking song?
The Love Shack by the B-52s.
Really?
Yeah, it goes back. My childhood, we used to go to the lake all the time, and we had family friends that would go as well. And it was kind of the anthem at the lake. We play it every, on repeat a lot. But the favorite line that everybody would change, instead of bring your jukebox money, bring your Miller Lite money.
As a kid, huh?
Just brings me back to my childhood.
Nice.
How old are we talking?
How old am I?
No, how old were you? You said my childhood. So how old were you singing Bring My Miller Lite Money?
Oh, I'm, probably 6, 8, 10, growing up from there.
So was
I
your,
wasn't drinking. It's just funny.
right. So your parents were singing that, and you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to hook you up. Gimpy, go ahead and tell him exactly what he's going to get.
Twice a year, Lindsay will get all lit up and play. As she prances around naked in her backyard. You might get naked after this case of Line and Google Summer Shandy. Back to you guys.
Thanks, man, for letting us talk to you. Hang on the line so Gimpy can make sure he has the correct info.
All right, you guys have a good one.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later. Yeah, I was trying to think of the drinking song, my Van Morrison Brown Eyed Girl. I feel like that was always on in my house when my parents were on the back patio having beers or grilling.
Let's see if we have it in here. My parents had one that this band
that they followed around. It was a local band when we was living in California, and of course we don't have it. And that name of the band was called Fargo, and it was like a cover band or whatever, right? And they always played a certain song. So anytime that they were together,
there's a whole bunch of them in here.
What? Oh, I just went from straight to, and that's about as far as it got. Yeah, there's no Georgia satellites in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Keep your hands to yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I just crapped on that whole bit there, but hey, it's all good. But yeah, it was that one, and they'd constantly play that one over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I got a little change in my pocket going jingle.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only one that I can remember. Like when they were partying, this is the one that they would throw on. And then just belt it out as loud as humanly possible.
That's awesome.
Sorry, just a bunch of visions in my life are like popping back to when my parents would be partying or drinking and the awkward dancing I've witnessed in my life.
Okay.
Didn't you see your parents dance weird?
No, I don't ever remember my parents dancing like that at all. Nope.
My parents were doing the electric slide.
Okay.
I'd say, yeah. Weird.
Mike?
My parents could dance. I mean, they would do like, they're like Mad Men era. So they were dancing to, not swing music, but kind of like the fast-paced Sinatra-esque style music.
Yeah.
But as far as drinking songs to dance, like they just drank. There was no musical accompaniment. It was just drinking when we drank.
Right. Well, you said Mad Men, so noon.
Yeah.
11 a.m.
It's 12:10. What are we doing? Why are we? Come on.
All right. So make sure you stop by Andolini's, harass him for a Eric Stoltz memorial wall. His career.
Yeah,
he's still alive.
I would love for people to DM Ando Pizza or me at Mikey Bausch your photos of Eric Stoltz that you would like presented, and I do this. Like, I will actually do it. People who are hey, he's not gonna. You know me well enough to know that I would absolutely just do this. I don't care.
Yeah.
So
if I can get you to do an Eric Stoltz Stromboli, I think we might be onto something.
The Stoltz.
I like that. Hey, give me the Stoltz, huh?
It has misplaced freckles. Yeah, I got it.
But you got to tell the cooks anytime that before they put it in, they got to smush it up on one side. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
Tulsa's Morning Show, the Big Mad.
Crazy people found each other. If that's the case, God, the universe is insane.
Imagine the life they could have had if he would not have died.
I think they had the life they imagined.
He just ended up dead and ballless.
I think again, we don't know the motive of the other person from the story.
Yeah.
But that sounds like that was the motive of this guy. He literally was like, whatever you want to do, Judge.
Right. Yeah.
Apparently, and I dug into this guy a little bit. He had a master's degree. Like, he was pretty, like, I mean, he was...
The Unabomber had a master's. He was, come on.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Did you get that online nowadays?
Sentencing for him will be held on December 15th.
I saw a thing yesterday online. I don't know if it's true, but you know how they caught the Unabomber? They caught the Unabomber. He was such an elitist. Like, he thought he was so much better than everybody else. He couldn't stand the phrase, have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And because he's like, that makes no sense. He was like, you can't have your cake and then enjoy it, like some other phrase.
Yeah.
And so he wrote this manifesto that got printed in the paper. And his sister-in-law, who always thought he was a little off his rocker, was like, I think this is your brother. Went to her husband, and he looked at him and was like, I don't think so, and then read the line that his brother was one of the only people who ever said, you can't have your cake and then enjoy it as well.
Right.
Oh.
And that's how they got him.
Wow.
Ooh, damn it. Ted Kaczynski. Man busted for beating.
Also, he was one of the people that did the acid experiment where they gave everybody a bunch of acid to see how they would react.
Okay.
And he went crazy, and he never forgave them.
Well, that would make sense, but no reason to go and send bombs through the mailbox.
Yeah,
Just saying.
universities and bombs and airplanes.
Right.
The Unabomber. A doll feels a little too childlike.
Right.
Any kind.
Yeah.
Right.
Any kind.
The obvious, the sex dolls would
the
be.
word doll
Right.
is what negates it for me.
Well,
Right.
So toys, they have sex toys. Toys are for children.
No, they also have toys for adults.
Like?
Drills.
Right.
Okay.
Big boy toys.
Big boy toys.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And for the big
Beach
girls,
toys.
Yeah. Okay.
Lake toys.
Okay.
Toys is synonymous across the board.
Uh-huh.
Dolls, 94% associated with children, specifically
Yes.
girls.
Okay.
So it's a little bizarre.
A little weird. To each is their own.
Mm.
I'm not going to spend $2,700 on one of those real live looking sex dolls. That's just for
I'll
me.
take the bait. How much would you spend?
Yeah.
What is your top out,
My top out
on sex dolls?
If I was to purchase a sex doll, now obviously, yeah, you could go and get one of those $50 jobbies that they always look surprised or whatever. But I would like to have, if I was going to get one, it would be one of those real dolls, right? But I'm not. Maybe $1,000. Maybe $1,000, and that's a lot. That's a lot,
right,
man.
Let me, I can speak Gimpy. He is not saying he would spend $1,000 on it.
Right.
Okay.
He's saying gun to the head.
Right.
Okay.
Right?
Right. Absolutely.
I think if he were going to buy one, that would not be the price point he'd shop at. He's saying if he had, like, the most.
Right.
It would have to be a utopian world. Probably would have had won a $1 billion lottery. Like,
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, if I'm winning a lottery, then yeah, I'm going to get the high end one, man. Spend, $3,500, get everything that feels real, maybe one that's like got AI and can
If you
talk
won
back
the-
to you a little bit.
If you won the lottery, you wouldn't need to buy a sex doll. You'd have women lined up if you won the lottery.
not if you don't trust people and you don't want them around. You think all they want is money.
Boom. That real life sex doll ain't taking me to the cleaners. I'll be taking her to the cleaners, but she ain't taking me. Nay.
Do you take a job as a rich person sex toy cleaner?
No.
How much are we getting paid? That's the real
Minimum wage.
question.
Minimum wage.
I'm not getting paid $7.50 to go.
Everybody needs a job.
To go scrub out some rich person's sex doll.
Okay, but you get to, however, you then get to be in their house when they're not there, like as a house caretaker.
I get to use all their
Yeah,
luxuries, so
yeah.
that means I get to drive the cars.
Probably not the cars, but you get to use their house.
I'm out then. If all.
Good morning. It's the Big Man Morning Show, 918-460-KMOD. All right, Lindsay, what'd you learn today?
I learned that Austin likes to drink to Aqua's Barbie Girl. I just hope he doesn't drink his summer shandy while driving in his pink convertible. And I also learned that we all get screwed at the gas pump. One guy just got it on camera, making a complete fool of himself.
That's just nasty.
Gimpy, what'd you learn today?
Well, I learned that Clyde is the redheaded stepchild of the Pac-Man ghosts. And I also learned you get a group of flamingos together and they all become flamboyant.
Right.
I learned that, look at this traffic. Oh, yeah, look at this traffic. It's so good.
You and the gas man.
And I also learned that Gimpy didn't know it was flamboyance. Ironic. It's Corbin saying make sure that dishwasher's loaded right.
It's Lindsay. Stop tracking my cycle.
This is Gimpy, and I'm sorry.
Went down the rabbit hole of weird sex toys.
Okay.